Alright, I said I'd do this, so I'm going to do it. But, I'm rereading every description of every character in Ultra Custom Night, and I'm not saying that this is a speedrun category, but I do have live split open. So, but if this were to be a speedrun category, the rules, like saying every character and reading every extended description, but not the description of the extended description mechanic. You must have game audio in order to be able to prove that's not sped up. This is proof that I'm not speeding it up, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if you don't know what this game is, this is every quote-unquote appearance of every quote-unquote character in Five Nights at Freddy's, and even fan games and shit. The reason why I say quote-unquote character and appearance is because like Lives Guy, Loading Quack, which Lives Guy is an unused mechanic, Beaver and Wolf, who don't even appear in the game, and whatever the hell Freddy is. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started. Oh, another rule. If you mess up saying a name of a word, you need to go back and say the word. You can't like skip any words. And you do have to read all of Shadow Bonnie. You have to read that every time it appears. Cause I say so. I'll set all to 20. I didn't know the music did that. But yeah. Goodness me. Okay, so 3 3, 2, 1. Just gotta make sure live still works. Okay, it didn't work. Why isn't live still working? It's because I don't have numlock on. God damn it. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Freddy Fazbear. He will go through the right hallway on F4. Watching him will make him walk slower. Close the door on his face to save yourself from his attack. Bonnie. He shares pirate code with Foxy, but whereas Foxy will hide himself when viewed on camera, Bonnie will do the opposite and become more agitated. View the figurine on your desk to see who is active in Pirate Cove. Chica. While Chica doesn't care if the music box is wound up, she can grow tired of the selection playing. When the sound of the pots and pans stops, you only have a short amount of time to change the music. The global music box can also soothe her. Foxy. He will gradually leave Pirate Cove if you don't check on him regularly. Once he is out, he will enter your office piece by piece. Yellow Bear. When lowering the monitor, there's a chance that he'll appear in the middle of the room slumped over. He is an immediate threat until you see that his eyes lit up. Once this happens, quickly put on the mask to avoid a jump scare. Endo-01. He moves through the air ducts, making his way towards you. Use the audio lure to keep him in place. He's immune to the heater. Cupcake. The longer the cameras are down, the more chance of Cupcake appearing at your left door. When he's there, you will be unable to close it until looking at the cameras for several seconds. Mike Schmidt. He will close and open the left and right doors as well as put on and off the cameras if the power meter is below 50. Phone Guy. When he calls, quickly mute him, otherwise it will create a lengthy audio disturbance. The mute button will appear in different places each time. Fan. It will randomly turn itself off during the night. Stuffed Freddy. He will sometimes cause a fake game over screen to appear. You must quickly press enter to make it disappear and continue your night. Mouse clicking during the fake game over screen will take you to the actual game over screen. Backstage Freddy. He replaces your mask with his. Due to being bigger and heavier, it takes more time to put your mask on and off. Stage Freddy. If he hears laugh, check the show stage camera and click his nose. Jump Scare Freddy. When the global music box is on for too long, he will appear on the kitchen camera and play his jingle. Watch him while having the right door closed to make him leave. String Freddy. He'll catch you in his string, stopping your head movement. Make sure to equip the pizza cutter and pull out the strings and make them ring with precision so that you can move again, or else you may meet your end. Poster Yellow Bear. There's a poster of Freddy on the light system. It will sometimes turn into a poster of Yellow Bear. Keep shining your light on it to make it turn back into Freddy. If Yellow Bear stays there for too long, he will kill you. Jump Scare Yellow Bear. He'll sometimes fade into your view watching the cam system. Flip down the monitor to make him disappear and avoid his jump scare. His jump scare isn't lethal, but will cause your entire view to hue shift into bright yellow. Is there a stop button on fucking... Is it reset? Okay. Hallucination Freddy. Using the office's controlled shock will trigger Hallucination Freddy, causing hallucinations to flash on your screen for a little while. These hallucinations will deplete your oxygen slowly. Hallucination Bonnie Gang. If your oxygen gets too low, they'll start appearing flashing on your screen. After they're gone, 5% of your power will be taken. Cheat Classics. They will move on top of the floor 1 map. They aren't visible in the camera views themselves. Close the corresponding door on their faces if they get too close to the office. Loading clock. For the first few seconds of the night, it will still be displayed as if it's loading. Besides the visuals not being shown, it plays as normal. Lives Guy. At the start of the night, you will only have a few seconds to get jump scared by any lethal character other than Lives Guy. If you don't do it in time, he gives you on the left side of the screen. Lives Guy himself will take your life. Beaver and Wolf. They were cancelled before the start of the night. Their ghosts will haunt you by appearing in random places in the office. Click on them to unhaunt yourself. If they stay for too long, you'll start to lose oxygen. Plush Gang. I am pressing enter. Okay. Plush Gang. A different plush will appear on the bottom right of the monitor. Fuck, live screen is blocking this. A different plush will appear on the bottom right of the monitor screen each time you flip up the monitor. Flipping the monitor back down before completing whatever the plush makes you do will result in a jump scare. Freddy, click his nose to make him leave. Bonnie, close the left door to make him leave. Chica, close the right door to make her leave. Foxy, switch the system to make him leave. Golden Freddy, use an audio lure on floor 3 to make him leave. Why? Mango, close the front vent door to make her leave. Fredbear, switch to any mode using the 1 through 6 keys to make him leave. Balloon Boy, use a flashlight on floor 2 to make him leave. Circus Baby, flash your light on her in the light system to make her leave. Jump scare warning. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to activate the night. Betty, at the beginning of the night, pull your power will start draining rather quickly. Pull the lever next to her front vent more times to make the power draining stop. Toy Freddy, he sits in the F1 parts and service room by playing Five Nights with Mr. Hugs on his big screen TV. Click the cams on the monitor to be sure that the appropriate door is closed to prevent Mr. Hugs from jump scaring him. Toy Bonnie, God. Put on your mask when he enters your office to fool him into leaving. Wow. Thanks. Toy Chica, put on your mask when she enters your office to fool her into leaving. Why are you set to 20? Mangle, unlike the other animatronics in the vents, once Mangle reaches the vent opening, he will never leave. Use the vent stair to prevent her from making it that far. BB, close the door when he appears in the right vent, otherwise he will disable the flashlight and create lots of noise. The Puppet, keep the music box wound up on the kitchen camera. Withered Freddy, put on your mask when he appears in your office. Withered Bonnie. I just wanted to test out the skins. Okay. Put on your mask when he appears in your office. Withered Chica, she climbs through the air vents but will get stuck when trying to enter your office, blocking anyone from entering. After a while, she will wiggle out and jump scare you, however. Use the vent stair to prevent her from reaching you. Withered Foxy, he will appear in your office at random. When he appears, flashlight on and off like a strobe light on your face until he leaves. Golden Freddy, he will occasionally appear in your office. Throw on your Freddy mask or pull up your monitor quickly to cause him to disappear. Shadow Freddy, change the camera when he appears on your monitor screen. RWQFSFASXC, He will cause your office to become pitch black for about 2 hours. There is no way to avoid him. JJ. She will sometimes appear after closing the monitor, laughing and adding to the noise meter. Open the monitor again to make her leave. Endo O2. He moves through the air ducts, making his way towards you. Use the heater to keep him in place. He is immune to the audio lure. Paper Bells, question mark, question mark, question mark? Toy Cupcake. The longer the cameras are down, the more chance of Toy Cupcake appearing at your right door. When he's there, you'll be unable to close it until looking at the cameras for several seconds. Freddy Fazbear Head. The toxic meter will slowly fill up if you use the mask for too long. If it fills up all the way, you're dead. BB Figure. He will slowly fade into the left door whenever the noise meter is too high. If he fades in fully, he will disable the left door. Click the exotic buttons to make him disappear. Toy Bonnie Figure Duo. They will slowly fade into the right door whenever the noise meter is too high. If they fades in fully, they will disable the right door. Click the exotic buttons to make them disappear. My cat is here. Hopefully that was heard. She will go through the vent system visible on the radar. Once she gets to the opening, you have to look at the radar to make him appear in your office, then put on your mask. If she's in the vent opening for too long, you die. Want to say something, kitty? No? Okay. Said something before. Jeremy Fitzgerald. He will flash the flashlight, both the one in the office and the one on floor 2, and put on and off the mask if the power generator is used too frequently. Fritz Smith. At the start of the night, he will tamper with your animatronics and will spawn one more to your night. He will also force you to wear the mask for a couple of seconds after every camera flip. Cake Bear. He will stay above your cursor. There will be 4 kids in the office, 1 for each corner of it. Give them cake regularly and to not make them too angry. If they get too angry, Cake Bear also gets angry and jump scares you. Mike. He'll appear in the... That's all for Mike. Springtrap. He will go through the vent system, immune to the vent snare. When he reaches your office, you will see his face staring down at you from the vent opening. Close the door to avoid getting jump scared. Phantom Freddy. He will sometimes appear in your office walking from the right to the left. Avoid clicking him as that will cause a jump scare. Phantom Chica. Her face will randomly appear on the monitor screen. Change the camera to make her vanish. Closing the monitor when she's there will result in a jump scare. When she appears on Toy Freddy's TV screen, switch the camera. Phantom BB. Switch the camera or close them when he appears on the monitor. Phantom Foxy. Be careful not to look at him for too long when he appears in your office. Phantom Mangle. Close the monitor when Phantom Mangle appears on the screen. Phantom Puppet. He can randomly appear on the vent radar when you check it. Quickly close out the monitor before Phantom Puppet appears in your office and creates a lengthy audio disturbance. The Security Guard. He will mess with the audio lures on the duct system and the vent snares on the vent system when the heater is used too frequently. Did I say that right? I think I did. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect. Just don't mess up knowingly. Phone Dude. When he calls, quickly mute him, otherwise it will create a lengthy audio disturbance and will cause all your systems to error out. The mute button will appear in different places each time. Shadow Cupcake. When he appears on your monitor, click him before switching to a different camera to avoid a jump scare. Crumpled Freddy Suit. Dude is damn it. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Freddy Stand. After pulling up the monitor, he may appear on it. Change the view camera or system to make him disappear. Closing the monitor when he's there will result in a ventilation error. Bonnie Stand. He stays in the office connected to the power supply to keep the light in his eyes on. He will occasionally fall over, taking away a chunk of your power if not dealt with quickly enough. Click on him to put him back into place. Chica Head. It will be in the center of the office, illuminating one side of it. Click it to change the side it's illuminating. The side it is not illuminating will be covered in darkness. Hot Dog. It stays on your desk. You must eat it regularly to stay alive. If the toxic meter gets too high, mold will cover it, indicated by a green tint, and eating it in that state will kill you. Jumpscare Phantom BB. When he appears in your monitor, switch the camera. He will invert the colors of your view for a few seconds if he's kept on the monitor for too long. Crying Child. They'll appear in the office at 4 a.m. for the rest of the night. Looking around too much with the mask on while they're in the office will cause the spring lock to trip, killing you. Purple Freddy. At the beginning of the night, you will only have a few seconds to check the camera he is on, indicated by an icon on his head on the map of floor 1. Follow him through more cameras as he walks around the building until he disappears. Air BB. He can come into the office if the right vent door is open. Once he gets in, he will tie a balloon to your cursor, which will make it float upwards. If your cursor reaches the top of the screen, he'll jump scare you. After a few seconds, he'll leave. Crying BB. He will appear on the glitch floor, followed by his distorted laugh. While he's there, you'll be unable to change cameras. You can still change systems and floors. Stare at him to make him leave. If he stays for too long, you'll die. Oh, I don't know if I mention this, but you need to have the music on, because otherwise, I can't tell if it's been sped up or not. Crying Puppet. Each time you switch modes, an image of Crying Puppet will partially fade in. It will fade back out over time. It only serves to block your view. Having the global music box on will make it fade out faster. Stage 01 Crew. A text box will appear at the top of the screen on 4 AM. Click the text box, type 395248 and press enter before time runs out. If you do not do it fast enough, you will be blocked out from using the maps for the rest of the night. Minigame RWQFSFASXC and RWQFSFASXC figure. Sometimes when switching floors, the view can become stuck on the glitch floor. Find and click a figure of RWQFSFASXC somewhere in your office to make the monitor go back to normal. Cheat Trap. He will go through floor 3 trying to get to the elevator and jump scare you. He's afraid of audio lures, so playing one in the room he is in will make him go back. He is not visible on the cameras and instead only on the map. Glitch Trap. Hallucinations of him will constantly flash your screen and distract you whenever there's an audio, video, or ventilation error. Nightmare Freddy. He appears in your office once per night holding an alarm clock. You have a moment to press the clock and activate the alarm to awaken your bed for 5 seconds before falling back asleep and continuing the night. What? Nightmare Bonnie. Buy his plush toy from the price counter when he appears on the right hall camera to avoid his attack. Nightmare Chica. Turn on the power AC when her jaws begin to close in on you. Nightmare Foxy. He will move through the vent system. Your only way of defense is to stop him with the vent snare. He will not reset when he gets to opening your office. When he gets to the opening to your office, and instead will wait for any chance he gets to slip into your office. Nightmare Fredbear. He is invisible to the cameras and can only be seen when he reaches your left doorway. Close the door on his face to send him back into the darkness. Nightmare. If you hear him laugh twice in a row, check the left and right hallway cameras and listen for his breathing, and then close the correct door. Plush Trap. He will appear on the Fun Time Cove camera and sit in the chair the moment the hour switches, though which hour it is will be random. If you don't scare him out of his chair fast enough, he will jump scare you. Freddles. When they begin to accumulate in your office, shine your flashlight on them before they jump scare you. Nightmare Cupcake. He will appear... LifeSplit's blocking it. He will appear on your desk if your cameras are down for too long. He will only leave once you pull up the cameras again. Having him in your office for too long will result in a jump scare. Jacko Bonnie. He will form in your office when the office gets too hot and will jump scare you when he fully forms. Making the office cool again will make him disappear again. Jacko Chica. When the office heats up, she will appear in both halls at the same time. Close both doors to make her vanish. This won't work if the office is 100 degrees or more. Nightmare Mangle. Buy his plush toy from the price counter when she appears in the right hall camera to avoid his attack. Nightmare Rion. He stays in the office. Don't let your mouse cursor linger over him for too long. Nightmare BB. When he is slumped over in your office, do not shine your light on him. When he is sitting up, however, you must use your flashlight to reset him. Pumpkin Squad. Every time you close the monitor, another one of them will appear under your desk. Turning on the power AC for a few seconds will cause them to slowly disappear. If all 4 of the office, they'll jump scare and raise the temperature up. Bite Victim. He will stay on the party room A camera, crying more and more whenever you're not looking at him. Eventually, his tears somehow end up in your office and will spring lock and kill you the next time you put on the Freddy mask. Another day, Fredbear. He'll stay on the entrance camera. Additionally, pizza will appear in the place of fast coins around F3. Collecting the pizza will feed him. You must feed him enough times before 2 AM to survive. He will leave once he's not hungry. Fredbear Person. An overly long, strong bloom effect will be applied on the screen. Check settings to tone down bloom effect. Fredbear Flower. When switching back to a camera you were on recently, he may appear and shoot out pellets. Collect as many as you can to refill your power. The protagonist. They will flash the office flashlight as well as close the left and right doors if the sound and ventilation is used too infrequently. Cheat mares. They will go through the side house map on the duct system. Use the door buttons and flashlight button on the system to scare them off. If any of them enter the bedroom, you're dead. Bonnie, he will go through the left hallway. Close the door on him to make him retreat. Chica, she will go through the right hallway. Close the door on her to make her retreat. Foxy, he can go through either hallway. Close the door on him to make him retreat. Fredbear, he can appear in the closet or on the bed. Point the flashlight in his direction to make him leave. Proto-Mare Foxy, he will sometimes roll through the vent opening in front of you with the sound of a plastic ball bouncing. Quickly click him to make him roll the other direction. If he gets in, he will block the front vent door for the rest of the night. Proto-Mare Fredbear, he goes through duct system's house map, but doors or flashlight on it don't work. You must close the actual doors in your office when he's at them on the house map and shine the flashlight when he's in the closet on the map. By the way, this is 1.6.5, I believe. Adventure Freddy. Every few seconds, if a door is open, he'll throw a pizza wheel through it, which will roll to the other side. If it hits the other door, it will instantly open it. You can click the pizza wheel to stop it. What? Adventure Bonnie. For the first few seconds of any night, he will repeatedly play Happy Jam in your office, which, while it doesn't raise the noise meter, it can distract you. Adventure Chica. Cupcakes will fall from the top of the screen. Hover over them to collect them before they hit the bottom of the screen to avoid a jump scare. Adventure Foxy. He's here to promote his new airline company, Foxy Fighters. Skip the ad when it appears. Adventure Toy Bonnie. When he appears on the right vent camera, put on your mask. Adventure Toy Chica. When she appears in the left vent camera, put on your mask. Adventure Toy Freddy. He will play FNAF World's Update 4, which coincidentally contains an online mode. Keep the internet meter as high as possible to avoid Toy Freddy getting angry and jump scaring you. The meter winds down if too much power is used. Adventure Mangle. She will send down poppers every couple of seconds, which cause explosions and screen shake. Adventure Balloon Boy. When he appears in the right vent, close it. If he gets in, he will constantly laugh and prevent you from setting vent snares. Adventure JJ. When she appears in the right vent, close it. If she gets in, she will constantly laugh and prevent you from putting audio lures in the duct system. Adventure Phantom Freddy. He will slowly form in your office when you're using any mode and will jump scare you if he fully forms. Turn on all off mode to force him to disappear. Adventure Phantom Chica. She will walk around floor 4, invisible to the cameras. She changes the cam button, cam 01, cam 02, etc. hue to green on the camera she is at. Staring at her will make her go back. If she gets the elevator, she'll jump scare you. Adventure Phantom BB. A toxic balloon will occasionally come up from the bottom of the screen and move up. Spam click it to pop it. If it gets to the top of the screen, a ventilation error will occur and your toxic meter will rise by 25%. Adventure Phantom Foxy. He will randomly appear in your office while you are looking at the cam system. Shine your flashlight on him or else he will do a jump scare attack on you and lock you from looking around the office. Adventure Phantom Mangle. He'll throw a pizza wheel too from the front vent. If the door is closed, it will disable it. If it gets into the office, it'll hit you in the face and cover your view. Use the lever before it enters the office to make it disappear. Also, I guess you should toggle the skins on most people you see to ensure that it's not sped up. Adventure Withered Bonnie. He stays on F3 and will change the cameras he is at every couple of seconds. Watch him to delay the charge of his I-beam. If he successfully charges I-beam, you will lose 15% power. Adventure Withered Chica. Click a hot dog that's on your desk, select it, then click again to make it move to your cursor. Chica herself will try to get the hot dog, running around the office to get it. Don't let her eat it, the heater stops her. Adventure Withered Freddy. When the noise meter is 0 for too long, he will appear in the office and start singing. You must keep the monitor off until he leaves, otherwise he will sing louder, which will make you temporarily deaf. Adventure Withered Foxy. When he appears on the F2 parts service camera, constantly flash on and off the flashlight on the cameras like a strobe light to make him leave. Waiting for too long will cause a jump scare. Adventure Shadow Freddy. Escape key will go off in the office halfway through every hour. Each time it does, at least one of the systems will error out. Adventure Puppet. Prize ball will fall down from the top of the screen. If it gets to the bottom, it will randomize which camera, floor, system, mode, temperature, and power percentage you're on, and will move to the top again. Use the global music box to make it fly up. Adventure Phantom Puppet. His face will appear peeking out from the right door. When this happens, activate the global music box to make him leave, or it'll jump scare you. I need to take a drink of water. I do not have a lot of water. That was all my water. Adventure Golden Freddy. When switching floors, there is a chance of him appearing in your office, signified by flashing hallucinations of Freddy, Bonnie, and Yellow Bear. To stop the hallucinations from happening, put on your mask. Adventure Paper Pals. Huh? Adventure Nightmare Freddy. Every once in a while, several Freddles will fly through the screen from the right to the left. Click on every single one of them to survive. Adventure Nightmare Bonnie. He will cause rain to appear on the Lumber Co. camera. If your cursor gets hit by the rain, it temporarily weakens your doors. Weakened doors will open by themselves after a few seconds of being closed. Adventure Nightmare Chica. A bad pizza attack button will cover one of your system buttons on the monitor. The button moves position every 5 seconds. Clicking the button will cause a huge chunk of your toxic meter to fill up. Adventure Nightmare Foxy. The floor will sometimes flood with hot cheese, and the temperature will rise. To get rid of the hot cheese, turn on the power AC and flip the lever a few times. Nightmare Foxy will kill you if the cheese stays for too long. Adventure Endo 01. The Endo army will go through the vent system, each one going through a different path. When they hit a vent snare, they will disappear and leave the night. They are not reset by the door and can attack even when the cameras are down. Adventure Endo 02. He goes through the vent system. On both sides of him are arrows, one highlighted in yellow. Click him to toggle the highlighted arrow. If it's right, he goes forward. If it's left, he goes backwards. He will eventually correct himself. Adventure Plush Trap. He will stay deactivated on the light system. Once per night, he will activate and begin the game of hide and seek. You must find him at a random camera on a random floor before he kills you. Endo Plush. Every time the hour switches, Endo Plush will shoot out a Water Hose 2 attack, covering a part of the screen on the vertical position of where your mouse cursor was when the hour switched. Getting him will get rid of all your fast coins. Adventure Springtrap. How are some of these even affected by difficulty? Adventure Springtrap. He will run around the office. He will run away from the flashlight and will eventually stop if the flashlight is near him. If he stays in one spot for too long, he will cause a ventilation error and take 5% power. Adventure RWQFSFASXC. A text box will appear at the top of the screen at 5 a.m. Click the text box, type RWQFSFASXC, and press enter before time runs out. If you don't do it fast enough, RXQ will block you from using the monitor for the rest of the night. Adventure Crying Child. When you see it on your desk after pulling down the monitor, click it to knock it over. Putting on the monitor again while still on that desk will force you to wear the Freddy mask for a couple of seconds. Adventure Funtime Foxy. She stays in the air ducts, only visible at the exit on the radar when she's ready to attack. She attacks from the left side on exactly 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 6 a.m. Have the left duct shut to avoid a jump scare. Adventure Nightmare Fredbear. If you hear his laugh, you will have to move the neon wall to the left duct or he will jump scare you. Adventure Nightmare. If you hear his laugh, you will have to move the neon wall to the right duct or he'll jump scare you. Adventure Fredbear. He appears in your office once per night. When you see him, find and click 4 clocks. One on the cam system, one on the vent system, one on the duct system, and one on the light system. He'll jump scare you if you don't find them in time. Yo! Adventure Spring Body. He stays in your office and each time you collect a fast coin, gets angrier. Visible by constant shaking. Click on her nose to make her calm down again. If he gets too angry, a jump scare is all you can expect. Adventure Jacko Bonnie. A Jacko bomb will fly down from the top of the screen. The heater must be on when the attack reaches the center to block it. If it gets past the center, it will get 10 degrees hotter. If this edition ends up in above 120 degrees, you will die. Adventure Jacko Chica. She will attack from the right vent if your temperature is at 60 or 120 degrees for too long. Close the door to prevent her from killing you. Anim Dude, check the light system and see what object he's holding to find out what he's creating. If he's writing a book, keep the noise meter down. If he's making a game, keep the internet meter above 50%. He changes what he's doing every hour. Chipper, he goes through the vent system and can only be stopped using the vent snare. If he gets to the door, he will wait until you open the door again. If the door is closed for too long, he will chop it down himself and get in. Adventure Nightmare BB, you will use balloons 2 all night, blocking the office view with balloons. You can click the balloons and make them pop and leave the view. Adventure Nightmarion, he stays on the monitor. Don't let your mouse cursor linger over him for too long. Coffee, he will fill up with coffee on the office desk. Click on him to drink coffee and prevent it from filling up all the way. If it fills up fully, you're dead. Adventure Purple Guy, slasher attacks will fly through the screen throughout the night. Getting your mouse cursor hit by one of them will remove 5% of your power. Adventure Cupcake, it will sometimes appear on your desk after lowering the monitor. Click it to eat it. Opening the monitor before eating it will result in it going stale and increasing the toxic meter. Girat, they're in your office, sticked onto the front wall. If the door is closed for too long, they will slowly wind down, opening the door once a full 360 rotation is done. You can wind them up with your cursor again to keep the door closed for longer. Bounce Pot, he'll stay on the glitch floor 87 seconds into the night. He will do the bite of 87 on you. The only way to stop him is to skip the 87th second entirely by clicking the 2-second skipping clock that stays next to him. What? Crabapple, he'll be using a MacBook on the aquarium camera. After a bit, he will realize the apple in the logo has been bitten, and as an apple himself, will get very, very angry. You must buy a Windows laptop from the aquarium gift shop to satisfy Crabapple. Ball Boy, his funeral is being held in the lumber co. You must click and drag on a shovel and hit the ground many times in order to dig a hole for his coffin. If you don't bury his coffin by 6 a.m., he'll come back from the dead and bury you instead. Death. Merengue, you have the entire night to type for the first few words determined by AI value of the final fate of FNAF World. Your progress will be shown on a kitchen camera. Pressing a wrong letter will not result in it being counted. Red Bear, a block jump scare chip will appear in the middle of your screen. Double click to activate it. Not activating in time will result in Red Bear jump scaring you and freezing your mouse in the middle of the screen. White Rabbit, he will appear on the task system every once in a while. Click his nose to avoid a jump scare. Tangle, she will sometimes appear on your desk. Turn on the fan to blow her off the desk, otherwise the jump scare is all you will get. %__ampersand, not keeping them sealed on the glitch floor by keeping your internet meter in check will result in them breaking out and infecting the cam system, disabling the flashlight, audio alert, and controlled shock. !2222, not keeping them sealed on the glitch floor by keeping your usage meter in check will result in them breaking out and infecting the vent system, disabling the vent snares. Right caret bracket, not keeping them sealed on the glitch floor by keeping your toxic meter in check will result in them breaking out and infecting the duct system, disabling the sealed ducts and audio lore. Jangle, it will walk around the office all night. It will sometimes breathe fire above it for a few seconds. If your cursor gets burned, it will raise the temperature to 120 degrees. If you get hit by it multiple times, you will die. Neon, you will bounce off either screen's edges. If at any point your mouse cursor touches him, your screen will change color to very bright yellow. Snow Cone, when a crosshair appears on your screen, be careful to avoid snowballs shooting towards it from all directions. Hitting too many snowballs with your mouse cursor will result in a jump scare. Eyesore, when he appears in your office, quickly spam click his pupil to make him leave. If he's kept in the office for too long, he will make your vision blurry. The more times he gets to do it, the more blurry the vision gets. Mad Endo, he will give you free points. Brow Boy, oh, I'm gonna turn him to max then. No, I'm not. Brow Boy, when he appears in the right vent, close it. If he gets in, he will constantly laugh and prevent you from putting on your mask. Gold Endo, besides the usual coins that appear on the monitor screen, golden +5 coins also appear. The higher the AI, the more often they appear. Mousing over one of these coins gives you 5 fast coins, but it subtracts your power by 4%. Bubba, he'll stay in the drawing hall making FNAF fan art. Every time he finishes a piece, he'll ask for your opinion on it with a 5-star system. He'll get angry if you rate too low, but he'll get suspicious if you keep rating it high too often. Overclock, he will give you paid points. Chipper's Revenge. There'll be a key on any camera on any floor between 1 and 4. Click it before 2 a.m. to collect it and prevent Chipper's Revenge from killing you. Oh my god, there's still more. What the fuck? Security. A neon wall will float in your office. You can click it to move from one duct tube to another. When security shoots an alarm bell, listen for which side it's coming from, and use the neon wall to block it and keep yourself alive. Purplegeist. He stays in your office, slowly unflattening himself, becoming taller and taller. Use the lever next to the front vent opening to make him flat again. If he's his regular size, he will jump scare you. Chica's Magic Rainbow. Chica's Magic Rainbow. In the top left corner, an HP bar will be shown specific to her. While she will not kill you if it reaches 0, keeping the HP bar above 0 to the end of the night will grant you 2 times the amount of points for her. If she's on 20, she'll give you 400 points instead of 200. Sunflowers. They will start to appear on 1 a.m. on your screen, which will petals in all directions. Getting hit by a petal will result in losing 1 HP. Butterflies. At 3 a.m., multiple of them will spawn and fly around the screen, shooting lasers down to the very bottom of the screen. Getting hit by a laser will cause them losing 1 HP for every half a second your mouse is over it. Eyes. At 4 a.m., eyes will start shooting out from the corners of the screen. Getting hit by one of them will make you lose 1 HP. Mini rainbows. 5 a.m., multiple of them will spawn on your screen and float in certain patterns. They will go in a vertical line, horizontal line, X pattern, plus pattern, or an O pattern. Getting hit by any of them will make you lose 2 HP. Where was I? Okay. Challenger Nightmare Freddy. He and his Freddles will appear in the vent system. Don't worry. Freddy will not attack you as he has no reason to do so, yet. He will try to catch every Freddle. The only way to stop the Freddles from getting into your office is by using the vent snares. If they slip in, they will fall from the vent and literally die upon landing on the floor. Freddy will eventually realize some Freddles are missing and will attack you. Adventure Fan. If it sits on the desk in front of the regular fan, it will sometimes start shooting out lasers and rapidly draining power. Turn on the actual fan to make it stop. Adventure Lolbit. She stays in the air ducts, only visible at the exit on the radar until she's ready to attack. She attacks from the right side on exactly 1 a.m., 3 a.m., and 5 a.m. Have the right duct shut to avoid a jump scare. Didi. She will sometimes appear in your office and add a random character from the roster into your night. Mendo. After using the death coin, Mendo will constantly appear in your right vent. Close the door to avoid him getting into your office. If he gets in, he will re-enable the character was previously death coined. Titanium Endo. The first few fast coins you get will be automatically spent on the Titanium Endo so that you may have plus 100 defense. Having plus 100 defense is the only way to avoid Titanium Endo's jump scare, which automatically happens at 1 a.m. Old Man Consequences. Use the C button to catch a fish when his minigame appears, otherwise he will lock your monitor for a short time. The Dancing One. They're grooving. Ghost Freddy. He will sometimes fly across the screen. If your mouse cursor hits him, it will force your mouse to stay on the middle of the screen for the next several seconds. Virtual Freddy. A green cursor will follow your real cursor around at a slower speed. The green cursor can active cursor-related characters. Mimic Ball. It will stay on your screen the entire night and will repeat certain sound effects like Afton's vent banging, knocking, and several others. Bomb bites. It rains the whole night. Every few seconds, a bomb bite, which you can drag and drop, may appear on your screen. If the rain hits it, they will explode and leave your mark on the screen, which will not let your mouse pass through it. Deskman. After most hours, you must play one of his games. Not beating it before the next hour will result in a jump scare. 1 a.m. Foxy Fighters. You control Baron Foxy using your mouse cursor and must shoot by pressing the left mouse button at a Souldozer to defeat him. 2 a.m. Chica's Magic Rainbow. Control Chica using the left and right arrow keys from the left to the right side of the screen to beat the game, but will watch out for the rainbow. 3 a.m. FNAF 57. You control Freddy, the left and right arrows to move and space to jump. Click all space cupcakes on your screen to beat the game. 4 a.m. Foxy.exe. Control Bonnie using the left and right arrow keys and reach the very right side of the screen. If you see Withered Freddy, flee back as fast as you can to make him disappear. Baby. Once per night, she will appear in the vent in front of you and ask you to stay in your seat. After her speech, your entire view will turn black for a second. Moving your mouse or typing the keyboard during the time will result in a jump scare. Space Camera. 2 of them are on both top corners of the Fury's Rage floor, shooting down at you every few seconds. Dodging is the only way to survive. Souldozer. He will appear on either left or right hall cameras in F4. If he's on the left, close the left door. If he's on the right, keep the right door open. He will kill you if you do the incorrect action. Foxy.exe. Close the right vent door when he says anything. Kitty. When it appears in your office, you will hear a meowing sound. Find and click the kitty somewhere in your office before time runs out. If you don't do it in time, the kitty will move a few points from the point value of the night. Overworld Freddy, your mouse does not control your cursor moving anymore. Use the arrow keys to move your cursor around. The mouse still functions as normal in terms of clicking. Overworld Lolbit, every couple of seconds, you'll move between one of the floor buttons. Be on the floor Overworld. Lolbit currently marks will make you lose fast coins one by one. Seagulls. Staying on floor 1 or 2 will cause seagulls to spawn on your screen. They only serve to block your view. Glitched objects. They will appear on your screen every few seconds. Be careful not to hit them with your mouse, as that will cause your mouse to teleport to a random location on the screen. Demo barrier. Your night is only a limited demo and end on 2 a.m. with a game over screen if you not buy the full release from the prize counter. Adventure Scarecrow. During 1 a.m., 3 a.m., and 5 a.m., every time you put down the monitor, it will slowly form in your office. It will kill you if it forms completely at 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. It will slowly disappear again. I can't read that. Lumber Company. Cam. Platform. Multiple platforms. Amount depends on AI levels. Will move around the street from the left to the right. At certain vertical levels, your cursor cannot go through them. Okay, exception for this one since I can't read Korean. Sister location. Circus Baby. Buy her plush toy from the price counter when she appears in the right hall camera to avoid her attack. Ballora. She will approach from one of the hallways, listen for which hall she is in, and shut the appropriate door. Funtime Freddy. If he tells Bon Bon to go get him, close the left door. If he announces a surprise, close the right door. Funtime Foxy. Check his curtain to see when his show is set to begin, then be sure to watch his game at that exact time to postpone the show, otherwise that is when your game will end. Eyebrow. Enter. He will go through the vent system barely visible on the radar. When he gets to the vent opening in your office, a sound of squeaking metal can be heard. Close the door to avoid his attack. He is immune to the vent snare. Biddy Babs. 2 Biddy Babs will travel through the vent system visible on the vent radar. Simply close the door or use the vent snare to stop them from entering your office. Mini Arena. You will sometimes start to lose oxygen. You must go to the oxygen storage camera and shock the mini arenas to stop them from taking any more of your oxygen. Lolbit. Type LOL on your keyboard when Lolbit appears on your screen. Yendo. He will randomly appear in your office after putting down the monitor. Put it up again to avoid losing oxygen. He will jump scare you if you lose all of your oxygen. Bonnet. She will randomly run across the office from right to left. Click on her nose before she gets to the very left side. Electrobab. She will appear on either the left or right closet camera with an Electrobab symbol next to the power meter. After a few seconds of her being there, your power will start to drain. Use the controlled shock on her to stop her. Min Arena 2. It will cover your view for an hour. Hand Unit. When he calls, quickly mute him by pressing the delete button. Otherwise, it will create a lengthy audio disturbance and will cause you to do one task on the task system. The delete button will appear in different places each time. The task on the task system will prevent you from finishing the night until you complete it. Module heads. They will be in your office and add 1 extra bar of usage. You can click on them to suck the extra power usage, but add extra noise for 10 seconds. This can only be done a few times per night though. Little Joe. At 3 a.m. he will appear in your office and laugh, raising the noise meter. He will only leave once the noise meter is on 1 bar when no sounds are being made outside of Little Joe himself. Magician Toy. He stays on the ceiling holding a blue wand and a red wand in both of his hands. You must click the blue wand before opening the monitor to survive. Clicking the red wand will kill you as well. Exotic butters. The exotic butters on your desk will randomly move. Fredbear Plush. He will stay on your desk and will control your camera system using his remote. Every few seconds, he will switch to the currently viewed camera when his nose isn't clicked enough. Vlad. He will turn your night into a TV show with an episode title card appearing on the screen every other hour, starting at 1 a.m. You must complete certain tasks before the next title card to advance the plot. The sun. It will slowly move towards you on the GPS system whenever the temperature is above 100 degrees and will never go back. The closer it gets to you, the higher the minimum temperature will become, eventually locking you at 120 degrees. Prototype Baby. Whenever you buy something from the price counter, she will appear at the right hall, playing the global music box and closing the right door at the same time will make her go away. If she's there for too long, she'll kill you. Prototype Freddy 1. Whenever you put on the mask, he will try to look at you through one of the eye holes with his one eye. You must look around the office in a way so that he will never look at you for too much time, otherwise you will die. Prototype Freddy 13, he'll appear on either party room camera. If he tells you to come closer, close the door. If he's on party room A, close the left door. If he's on party room B, close the right door. If you close both doors, he takes 5% of your power. Prototype Foxy, she stays on party room B camera, holding a sign which has a number written down on it. Be sure to look at his camera when your number percentage reaches the number shown on the sign. The technicians. One will appear on the light system. You can get rid of him by shocking a hall camera on the correct side of F4. Once both appear, you can use the office shock to get rid of both, though there isn't much time to do so before they kill you. The neighbors. They're on the Lumboco. Once per night, they will hide behind the trees. You must cut down the tree where the one with the orange shirt is, and avoid cutting down the trees where the ones with green shirts are, not to get killed. Dark Spring Trap. He will appear on the far right of your office once per night. When it happens, a glitch sound will also play. He will only have a second to turn up the heat using the heater and make Dark Spring Trap burn and leave your office. Red Baby. She will move through F4 through every F4 camera except the vent, leaving behind a red filter when she leaves the camera. If all cameras have the red filter, she will jump scare you. Use the shock on the camera to remove the red filter. Pizza Freddy. Every time you click using your mouse, a pizza will fly in the horizontal position of where your mouse was, from down to up. If it hits your mouse, you lose 50 points from your score. Gray Freddy. He will constantly follow your mouse cursor around. If you get hit by him too many times, he'll create an arcade-like effect on your screen the rest of your light. Check settings to tone down arcade screen effect. Helpy. When you see him sitting on your office, click on him quickly. When you see him sitting in your office, click on him quickly, otherwise he will get in your face with an air horn, agitating sound-sensitive animatronics. Bucket Bob. He gradually pokes out from either the bottom right or bottom left corners of the office. Clicking on him will cause him to retract. In the next corner, he'll pop out at random. If he pops out too much, he'll jump scare you. Am I still recording this? Okay, I better fucking be. Mr. Can-Do. He will be in the office. If your mouse passes over the rope that connects the balloon to the trash can, his rope will break and his head will float upwards, clogging the only air vent and making your ventilation prone to failure. Mr. Hugs. He stays on the right hall camera deactivated. He will sometimes activate and make loud vacuum noises, which increase the noise meter. Using the control shock will deactivate him. Number 1 crate. She will appear in front of your desk at the beginning of the night. You must spam press 1 enough times before 10 seconds pass to make her disappear, otherwise she will constantly jump scare you for the rest of the night. Handstand. He will appear at the right doorway when lowering the monitor. If you put your monitor up with the right door closed, then he'll take it as an insult and manipulate space-time and kill you. Keep the door open when on the monitor to make him leave. Happy Frog. She moves through the air ducts, making her way toward you. Use the audio alert to keep her in place. She's immune to the heater. Mr. Hippo. He makes his way towards your office using the air ducts. Use the audio alert to hold him in place or use the heater to push him back. Pig Patch. He makes his way towards your office using the air ducts. Use the audio alert to hold him in place or the heater to push him back. Ned Bear. He makes his way towards your office using the air ducts. Use the heater to push him back. Orville Elephant. He makes his way toward your office using the air ducts. Use the heater to push him back. Rockstar Freddy. He was sometimes active and asks for 5 coins. Deposit them or turn on the heater for a short time to avoid him jump scaring you. Rockstar Bonnie. When he appears in your office, search the cameras to find his guitar. Click the guitar to send him away. Rockstar Chica. Check the left and right hallways and then click the wet floor sign to place it on the same side as the Rockstar Chica. She won't enter if the sign is in place. Rockstar Foxy. When you see his parrot, click it and Rockstar Foxy may offer you some help. This comes with a risk, however. Music Man. He will crash his cymbals faster and faster the more noise you make, eventually leading to a jump scare. L Chip. What was that game? L Chip. He's just here to promote his new restaurant. Close the ad when it appears. Funtime Chica. She will appear at random to distract you. There's no way to avoid her. Molten Freddy. Weak Glove. Molten Freddy. He will go through the vent system, listen for his laugh, and close the door. He's immune to the vent snare. Scrap Baby. She will appear on the opposite side of your office desk. When she moves, use a controlled shock. Afton. He will appear once per night, making lots of vent begging noise and making the lights flicker. Quickly close the right vent door to prevent him from getting to you. Lefty. He stays in the supply closet and will get more agitated and begin to leave the room if there's a lot of noise or heat. Turning on the global music box will also soothe him. Simulator paper pals? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Gumball swivel hands. He stays in your office and will swivel his hands faster and faster if the master cameras are put on for too long. If they swivel too fast, you're dead. Candy Cadet. He will stay in your office and sometimes activate, making lots of noise. He will only stop if the power generator is turned off. Ball Pit Tower. He's duct taped to the ceiling for his crimes against humanity. If the office is 120 degrees for too long, the tape will become worn out and you will fall from the ceiling, hit the ground, explode, and his balls will be all over the office. Lemonade Clown. When you hear a sound of a clown nose honking, he alongside a child appeared on your desk. You will have to use your arrow keys to move him around to get the child scared. Taking too much time will cause a jump scare. Fruit Punch Clown. When you hear a sound of a clown nose honking, he alongside a child appeared on your desk. You will have to use your arrow keys to move him around to get the child scared. Taking too much time will cause a jump scare. Neon Jukebox. It will replace your global music box, so every few seconds you're using it, you must pay Neon Jukebox 5% of your power. Waiting too long to pay will result in a jump scare. Disco Pizza Light. The Disco Pizza Light quickly moves around the screen, moves across the screen, bouncing off the walls of the screen for the entire night while spinning. Clicking on the pizza will duplicate it so that you can have a Disco Pizza party. Egg Baity. A blueprint will appear every few seconds on the monitor, obscuring your view. Press the blue button on the bottom right corner of the monitor screen to turn off the blueprint from showing. Okay. No, don't go back. I didn't mean to do that. Where was I? Okay, Prize King. When you see one of the prize balls on the camera, click it to spawn Prize King in your office. When he spawns, he can either give you random amount of 5 coins from part of the 20 or spawn a new challenger to the night. Security Puppet. Its music box plays faster and faster the more noise you make, and will eventually jump scare you if it's been playing for too much time. The way to calm down is to turn on the global music box. Funtime Cupcake. The longer the cameras are down, the more chance of Funtime Cupcake appearing at your right vent door. When he's there, he will be unable to close it until looking at the cameras for several seconds. Pickles. A jar of pickles will stay on your desk. You have to click the jar to eat one pickle. Eating too much or not eating a pickle for an hour will cause the jar to fall over and short-circuit the fan and prevent it from working. Remade Afton. He will remake another right vent and put it on top of the current one. Unfortunately, he forgot to remake a door for it. When he comes for you, make sure to complete the remake vent door task in the task system to close him out. Remade Lefty. What is that? Bonnie backwards? Remade Lefty. When you have the monitor up, you will sometimes hear his shushing. Lower the monitor and do not open it again until he leaves the office. Turning on the global music box will make him leave the office faster. Surprised BB. Every time you use the controlled shock on floor 4, another one will begin to block your camera screen. If too many of them appear, a loud air horn noise will play. The Entrepreneur. After every hour, you'll get a grade based on how good you did on that hour. Enemies blocked, coins gained, etc. If it's high, you'll continue. If it's too low, the temperature will be kept on over 120 for the rest of the night. Cassette Man. When he calls, quickly mute him by pressing the pause button, otherwise it will create a lengthy audio disturbance and raise the temperature to 120 degrees. The pause button will appear in different places each time. Tutorial Unit. The night will only end if the time is 6 AM and if all tasks on the task system are finished. Ad Crew. A sponsorship button will be visible on your monitor. You can press it at any time, as many times as you want to get fast coins. The more times you press it, the more frequently ads will pop up. Lawyer Helpy. Every time you get a jump scare from a non-lethal character, like the Phantoms or Helpy, you lose several fast coins. If he allows you to get below 0 fast coins if you lose your fast coins by him. Winking Sign. Each time you change the camera, it can appear on the monitor. If it appears, no other characters will be visible on the camera. Switch to a different camera to make it leave. Advertisement Unwithered Freddy. When the trees on the Lumberco camera grow too much, he'll begin to fade on your screen, pointing and laughing at you. The Feet. They will appear on your desk every time you use the shock. When they're on the desk, you'll be unable to use the monitor or mask. Drag and drop them at one of the doors so that they walk out. Remade JJ. Close the door when she appears in the right vent, otherwise she will open all doors and create lots of noise. Good Wednesday? Wireless Wither Chica. If the right vent door is open, she can sneak into the office, very quickly put on the mask to fool her into leaving. Remade Phantom Freddy. He will slowly fade in your office. To avoid him fully appearing and jump scaring you, flash your light on him. He appears faster when the building gets hotter. Remade Nightmare. He is invisible to the cameras and can only be seen when he reaches your right doorway. Close the door on his face to send him back into the darkness. Mirror Jacko Chica. She stays in the center of the duct system and will speed towards you towards either duct exit every 400 divided by AI seconds without any audio or visual clue. Use the neon wall in the office to block her. XOR. There will be 3 power-up buttons at the left edge of the screen, frigid battery and 3 coins. Clicking them will remove them, making the office 10 degrees hotter. Drain 2% power and take 3 fast coins respectively. Remove all 3 coins before 1 a.m. to survive. Fredbear will try and trick you by laughing and showing his glowing white eyes in either the left or right doorway. Don't fall for his trick and close the opposite door of where he is. Okay. Circus Baby Doll. She will sometimes appear on the light system without any audio clues. Shine your light on her to make her go away, otherwise she will kill you. If your fast coin count is her AI number or more, she'll be unable to appear. Samurai Foxy. Japanese subtitles will appear at the bottom of the screen if the noise meter is too high. UCN Yellow Bear. He will occasionally appear in your office. Pull up your monitor quickly to cause him to disappear. If the camera was left on the F1 left toggle, he will be unable to disappear. The Bronze One. The ultimate creation. He'll self-insert himself into your office in all of his glory. If you do not appreciate him enough, he will destroy you. Press B to clap your hands together and applaud him. He will leave only once he has the respect that he deserves. Books Freddy. He has realized that he is in a simulation. Use the doors to keep him from leaving the office. If he makes it out, then use the force field and the GPS system to keep him at bay. If he gets out of that, he'll escape and kill you in real life when you least expect it. Games Freddy. He died. His ghost approaches from the north on the GPS system. Turn on the force field before he reaches you. When he hits the force field, he will reset. If he reaches your office, he'll take 20% power. He's more aggressive if any negate rainbow characters are enabled. The Monkey. It'll appear in the office. There will be 4 green bananas and 1 yellow banana on the task system. Click on the yellow banana to make the monkey happy. You will die too long. You will die if you take too long or click a green banana. The Monkey 2. Oh god, it's so long. It'll be hanging out in the lumber co-floor. If a tree has grown, it will climb it so it can see great views, then climb back down again once it has seen enough. Do not let it climb trees 1 or 3 as they are odd numbered. Make sure it climbs an even number tree by marking the odd number trees with a caution symbol. The caution symbol will go away after it's been 45 seconds or if the tree with the caution symbol gets chopped. When it climbs a tree, there's a chance that it may fall. Before that happens, a warning symbol will appear over the mouse cursor. Quickly drag Big Pillow TM under the tree so the Monkey 2 is on it. Under the tree that the Monkey 2 is on so that it may land safely. If it falls to the ground or if it climbs an odd number tree, then it will jump scare you. The Static. Camera static will cover your view for the entire night. Stretched JJ. If too much noise is being made, she will appear and block the view of one of the doorways. So that's what that means, I think. Loading Freddy. He will sometimes appear in the bottom right corner alongside a symbol and a countdown. You must do the appropriate thing that is said on the symbol when the countdown reaches 0 to avoid his jump scare. Close door. Have the correct door closed when the countdown reaches 0. Open door. Have the correct door open when the countdown reaches 0. Fan on. Have the fan on when the countdown reaches 0. Fan off. Have the fan off when the countdown reaches 0. Meme jump scares. Every 9 fast coins collected, they will appear on your screen. Troll games. I don't need to say the names. Freddy Dude. When several Freddy Dudes run across the screen, almost fully covering it, turn on the sound ventilation. Did I just bump my computer? Goodness. Dragon Duo. Once per night, a circle and arrows will appear on the screen. When it happens, both dragons will form on 2 random cameras throughout the entire building. You have time until the end of the hour to find and double-click them both to leave. Fighter Freddy. If you use the audio lure, both the duct and floor 3-1 too frequently, Fighter Freddy may appear and use his bite ability to temporarily disable the heater. temporality. Disable the heater. Mage Bonnie. If you use the controlled shock, both the office and floor 4-1 too frequently, Mage Bonnie may appear and use his claw ability to temporality disable the power generator. Halloween Tangle. She will move around the vent system and reset himself whenever you switch which vent snare is active. If she touches an active vent snare, she will instantly jump scare you if the door does not block her. Big Jack. He remains on the camera system and becomes larger and larger over time, thus blocking more and more of your view. Use a global music box to reverse his progress. Zangle. Your toxic mirror will occasionally begin filling up, except with the color orange instead of white. Quickly turn on silent ventilation and flip the lever in order to get it to stop. If it fills up completely, Zangle will kill you. Mini P. When he appears on your screen, an RPG-like battle will begin with 4 attacks you can use: Bite, Boost, Heal, and Amp. Use the correct option to survive. Taking too long will cause a jump scare. Party Hat A. Engage the Party Hat. Doofred. At exactly 4 a.m., he will appear and be controlled by your mouse cursor. Press space to shoot and kill all flying enemies around the screen before 5 a.m. to survive. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Help one. I don't need to say the names of the games. Malhair. He will slowly form in your office and will kill you if he forms fully. Buying tapes from the price counter camera will cause him to reset his progress. You can buy as many tapes as you want as long as you have the right amount of fast coins. The Anomaly. He'll randomly stand in front of you once per night, and when you see him, you must turn on a global music box and then flip the lever over near the front vent in that order to get him away. Failing to do so in time will result in your run being ended. Virtual Helpy. He will randomly stand on the desk and will steal your monitor. To get the monitor back, you must flip the lever next to the front vent. Virtual Freddy. He will start from the Funtime co-camera and get closer to you in steps, going through the kitchen and then the right hall. Looking at him will prevent him from going forward. Closing the door will only send him back one step. Virtual Foxy. When you hear him humming his song from the left or right, look at the respective door camera on floor 4 to make him go away before he attacks. When the power is at 30%, he turns into Dark Foxy and you must avoid looking at him when he hums. Virtual Cupcake. The longer the cameras are down, the more chance of Virtual Cupcake appearing on your desk. When he's there, you'll be unable to use your flashlight after looking at the cameras for several seconds. Virtual Phone Guy. The phone will appear on the desk and you can pick it up and put it down at any time. Sometimes the monitor may glitch out and become stuck on the glitch floor. Pick up the phone for a couple seconds to fix the monitor. Virtual Toy Freddy. He will stay on the show stage camera. If he moves from it, find him on any other camera and flash him with your flashlight to make him go back. If he gets into your office, there's no place to run. Virtual Toy Bunny. His head will stay on the far office desk. His teeth will move further and further apart. Whenever your cursor isn't moving, simply hover your cursor over his face to make his teeth reset. If the teeth leave the head completely, you die. Virtual Mangle. You will sometimes hear loud static. Quickly put on the mask and wait until you can hear the static stop. If she gets in the office, she will wait a random time before jump scaring you. Virtual Puppet. He stays in his music box on the parts service camera on F2. He will kill you if his music box winds down all the way. Usage of the global music box winds down the box. Use the silent ventilation to wind the music box back up. Use the sill vent to wind the music box back up. Virtual Withered Freddy. He starts on F2 parts service and will walk to Party Room A. Look at him on the Party Room A camera to cause him to appear in the office, and then put on your mask. He'll kill you if he's kept on the Party Room A camera for too long. Virtual Withered Bonnie. He starts on F2 parts service and will walk to Party Room B. Look at him on the Party Room B camera to cause him to appear in the office, then put on your mask. He'll kill you if he's kept on the Party Room B camera for too long. Virtual Wither Chica. She'll appear on the GPS system moving toward you slowly. The closer she is, the more static appears on your screen. You can use the alert to move her away or the jammer to stop her. Virtual Withered Foxy. He'll sometimes appear in your office. Use a flash on his face to make him disappear before he attacks. Be careful, as sometimes instead of Withered Foxy, Classic Foxy may appear. Avoid flashing your light at him at all costs. Virtual Paper Pelts. ? Virtual Toy Cupcake. The longer the cameras are shown, the more chance of Virtual Toy Cupcake appearing on your desk. When he's there, you'll be unable to change the fan state until looking at the cameras for several seconds. Virtual Spring Trap. Virtual Spring Trap. He goes through floor 3, trying to get to the elevator and end your run. Every time he changes the camera he's at, he will mess with that room's lighting and either keep it the usual greenish white, in that case use an audio lure in the previous camera to fool him into going back. Change it to red, in that case turning the silent ventilation on will make him go back. Change it to purple, in that case don't look at him for too long, as that will cause him to speed off and go to the next room. If he's kept in a room alone for long, he will eventually go back himself. Okay, I did say that one. Okay. Virtual Phantom Freddy. Having your flashlight on for too long will cause Virtual Phantom Freddy to fade into your office. If he fades in fully, he will jump scare you. Virtual Phantom BB. He will sometimes appear in your office after closing the monitor. Put it back up quickly to avoid a jump scare. Virtual Phantom Foxy. Be careful not to look at him for too long when he appears in your office. Virtual Phantom Mangle. When he appears on the vent radar, you will have a short amount of time to switch to a different system before Phantom Mangle jump scares you. Closing the monitor will only slow her down, but it will attack the next time you open it. Virtual Plush Trap. He stays in a box on the prop storage camera. If you see that he is about to exit the box, use a controlled shock on him. Not using a controlled shock in time will allow him to jump scare you. Virtual Mini Arena. When you see a Mini Arena icon flashing next to the oxygen meter, that means that several virtual Mini Arenas have found their way into the totem hall and are draining your oxygen. Use the audio lures to get them away. Virtual Nightmare BB. He stays on the Kids Cove camera. He moves when the light is off, and stops when it's on. Flash the light when he reaches the X on the floor to make him stop completely. If he gets out of the room, he will die. Plush Babies. They will randomly appear in the light system indicated by them laughing. Quickly flash your light on them in the light system to avoid getting jump scared. Virtual Funtime Foxy. Virtual Funtime Foxy. The flashlight in the light system will turn to Flash Beacon. Use space to flash. Virtual Ennard. He will walk around F4, close the left door when he's at the left hall, right door when he's at the right hall, and front vent door when he's in the vent. If he gets to the elevator, you're dead. LOD Ennard, or Length of Draw Ennard. He will stay in your office and become less and less detailed. Switching between power generator and silent ventilation will make him become much more detailed again. If he loses too much detail, you will die. Virtual Circus Baby. She's in the office. Her eyes will become lighter and lighter whenever your monitor is down. You must wear your mask when your eyes are fully lit up to not die. Virtual Bonnet. She will sometimes appear on the ceiling of your office. Flash a light on her to make her hide again. If she's kept there for too long, she will jump scare you and temporarily disable the fan. Virtual Nightmare Rion. Flash your flashlight on his tentacles when they appear in your office. Virtual Biddy Bab. When she appears in the closet on the Duck System's house map, spam click the flashlight button to strobe light her and make her leave. And if she stays there for too long, you will get jump scared. Virtual Nightmare Cupcake. The longer the cameras are shown, the more chance of Virtual Nightmare Cupcake appearing on your desk. When he's there, you will be unable to use a mask until looking at the cameras for several seconds. Scrap Plush Babies. They will randomly appear in the light system indicated by them laughing. Quickly flash your light on them in the light system to avoid getting jump scared. What is that? Decoy Plush Babies. Every time you click the light system button, another one spawns on it. They do nothing but distract you, though if too many spawn, or if there's less than 5 of them at 5 a.m., they will jump scare you. Virtual Lolbit. When she appears on the main hall camera, keep your flashlight on for several seconds until she leaves. Not doing it in time will result in a please stand by pop-up appearing. You will have to type LOL multiple times to get it off. Beacon Bonnie. When looking at the light system, there's a chance of Beacon Bonnie appearing, blocking the entire view. Be sure to switch the system as fast as you can before Beacon Bonnie gets you. Neon Bonnie. At random points during the night, he may begin to play loud, slow music, which adds to the noise meter. You must go into the task system and click on all the colored buttons to make the music stop. If you take too much time, you die. Oh my god, this is so much more. Okay. Neon... Is that enemy? Oh, no, it's not. Neon Chica. Roaches will walk on your screen. Avoid hovering your mouse over them. If you hover over too many, Neon Chica will jump scare you. Dark Freddy. Looking at one camera without switching to a different one for too long will cause him to cover it fully. If the camera is still kept on after that, he will jump scare you. Burns Foxy. He will sometimes make the building's temperature quickly rise, indicated by a Burns Foxy symbol flashing next to the temperature meter. To stop him, look at the powered Cove camera or turn on the power AC for a short while. Shadow Mangle. She will go through the vent system, immune to the vent snare. She isn't reset by the door. Instead, she will wait outside the door until it's opened. Watching him on the vent radar or make her go back. Virtual Endo. He appears when the power percentage is low. When he appears in your office, he will turn the view of it upside down for a couple of seconds. Nightmare Endo. He is invisible to the radar and can only be seen when he reaches your front vent. Close the door on his face and send him back into the darkness. Entered Nightmare BB. After nub monitor flips, he will appear on the other side of your desk, and on the next monitor flip, he will kill you. Use a lever in your office to make him leave. Entered Funtime Flocksheep Plushed. End hard Nightmare BB? Okay. End hard Funtime Foxy Plush. She stays in your office and will sometimes disappear. When he's not in the office shock button will be disabled. Find her in floor 4's vent camera and shock her to make her go back into the office. End hard Bonnet. Check the figure on your desk. Check if either Bonbon or Bonnet is currently in the supply closet. If it's Bonnet, make sure to have any system other than the cam system open before closing the monitor, otherwise she will jump scare you. End hard Phantom Freddy. Looking at the light, task, or GPS systems will cause him to fade into office. Click his nose before he fully fades in to avoid a jump scare, which will cause your front vent to malfunction temporarily. Enhard BB. 4 pieces of him will appear on each of the main floors, 1 through 4. Click on them to collect them. Every few seconds, your fast coin counter will be subtracted by the amount of pieces not collected yet. Party Freddy. Getting jump scared by characters who can't directly kill you, like the Phantoms or Helpy, will make Party Freddy angry and angrier. Make him too angry, result in your run's end. Dreadbear. You will walk through the right hallway, close the door when he gets to the doorway. Grim Foxy. Put on your mask when he enters your office to fool him into leaving. He can only appear when the office is 120 degrees, but will leave slower compared to other masked threats. Plushkins. They will randomly appear in the light system, indicated by them laughing. Quickly flash your light on them in the light system to avoid getting jump scared. Captain Foxy. Once a night, a minigame will start. Click to shoot a ball in the direction of your mouse. Shooting blue targets will reward you with the fast coin. Shoot the pink target to stop the minigame before Foxy gets to you. Virtual Nightmare Freddy. You will sometimes hear Freddle's laughter. It means that they appeared in the light system. Quickly shine your light to scare all 3 of them before Freddy gets you. Virtual Nightmare Body. When he appears in the left doorway, do not close the door, otherwise you will get jump scared. He disappears on his own after a short while. Virtual Jacko Chica. She stays at the Kids Cove and fades in when the temperature is over 70 degrees and jump scares you when she fades in fully. You can stare at her with the flashlight on for 2 seconds to reset her, but lose 5% power. Tape Girl. When she calls, quickly mute her by flipping a switch somewhere on the screen. By pressing it, otherwise it will create a lengthy audio disturbance and will take away all your fast coins. The switch may appear in different places each time. Virtual Plush Gang. Oh my god, why are they Minecraft blocks? Virtual Plush Gang. A different plush will appear on your desk each time you flip down the monitor. Flipping the monitor back up before completing whatever the plush makes you do will result in a jump scare. Freddy, click his nose to make him leave. Bonnie, put on the mask to make him leave. Chica, flip the lever next to the vent entrance to make her leave. Foxy, close the left door to make him leave. Toy Freddy, turn on the power generator to make him leave. Toy Bonnie, chill and take a break, he can't attack you. Toy Chica, turn on the heater to make her leave. Funtime Foxy, use the controlled shock to make her leave. Funtime Freddy, close the right door to make him leave. Bonbon, turn on the power AC to make him leave. Puppet, turn on the global music box to make him leave. Nightmare Yona, shine your light to make him leave. Okay. Virtual Freddy Mask. Wearing the mask for too long will cause you to breathe heavily, which increases the noise meter. Strange Mask. Putting the mask on will slow down time. Ghost Helpy. You will haunt your office and tally up the amount of times you've used an optional hotkey within the current hour. At the end of each hour, he'll subtract that number from your power. Virtual Pumpkin Squad. When the left door, right door, monitor, and mask are being opened and closed too much, a pumpkin will appear in the office. Freddy for left door, Chica for right door, Bonnie for mask, Chonky, Foxy for monitor. If all 4 are there, you die. And Freddy. He goes through the vent system. Neither the snares or door will stop him. Pulling the lever in office will create a police tape across the vent opening, which will disappear in a few seconds. Use the police tape to stop him from jump scaring. Virtual Blacklight Freddy. Using the lever in your office too often will make him appear in your office and sing, raising the noise meter for a few seconds. Virtual Blacklight Bonnie. He'll appear in your office once per night and his eyes will glow more and more, closing doors, flipping the lever, and using the shock reset the eyes. He'll kill you if they glow too much. After a while, he'll disappear. Virtual Blacklight Chica. Click to eat cupcakes from the desk, but eating results in side effects. From left to right, they block the left door, front vent, fan, right door, and right vent for a few seconds. You must have all eaten by the end of the night. Virtual Blacklight Foxy. Virtual Blacklight Foxy. Due to being unused, he's unable to physically appear in your night. Instead, his strategy is to haunt your systems. You'll cause additional effects to happen during the night if a single mode is left on for too long. Power generator, you start losing power. Silent ventilation, your noise meter gets temporarily increased. Here, you start losing fast coins. Power AC, toxic meter starts going up. Global music box, the game volume turns down to 0% temporarily. I should also point out that the left and right sides of the screen are partially cut off a little bit. I don't think you can see the scroll bar. That is because when set to window mode, for some reason it's not a perfect 16:9. I'm just saying that so I don't get owned. The Forbidden Balls. The Forbidden Balls will appear and will bounce along the screen. There will be 3 forbidden balls, one of each color. You must click the balls in the correct order, red, blue, green. Failing to do this on time or clicking them in the wrong order will result in the balls flinging towards your face, temporarily blocking out your vision and adding a high amount of noise. Each time this happens, there is a 0.1% chance the game will instantly close and delete all save data. Nice. Virtual Gumball Machine. It stays in your office and will swivel its handles faster and faster if the mask or cameras aren't used for too long. If they swivel too fast, you're dead. Curse of Dreadbear. The logo moves from the left side of the office to the right. Every time you click on it, one word will disappear. However, you must alternate in between left clicking and right clicking. Starting from left, if you click wrong or if the logo reaches the right side of the office, you die. Image bit. It will sometimes appear and cover your monitor screen. Put down the monitor and click on the exotic buttons to make it disappear. Death Snowman. He stays in your office and will only melt when the temperature is 120 degrees and the heater is on at the same time. And if he doesn't fully melt by the time of 1 a.m., you're dead. Spring Scarfy. It will be resting on the ceiling whenever you are making too much noise. It will swoop down and then up in an arc. If it hits your mouse, it will latch onto it and lock its place for a few seconds. Afterward, it will let go and 5% of your power will be drained. Spring Blocker and Spring Chaser. The Spring Blocker will fade in at the left or right side of your office depending on where you look and prevent you from closing your left or right door. If you're looking left, you can't close the left door and vice versa. If you try to use the door when it's blocked, the chaser will spawn and start chasing your cursor around. Once it hits it, it will drain 5% of your power. Steel Wolf Foxy. He will appear on either side of the office looking out from the door. When he's there, you will not be able to close the door until you flash your flashlight in his face. He will jump scare you if he's kept in the office for too long. Steel Wool Cupcake. He will appear at your front vent door if your cameras are down for too long. When he's there, you will be unable to close it until you look at the cameras again. Virtual Spring Bonnie. He will sometimes force you to wear his suit. Use the comma and period keys to shake and make the metal suit fall off. While in the suit, you cannot use the mask or cameras. Toy Proxy. It will go through the duct system, but is not lured by the audio lure or reset by the heater. When it hits the duct door, it will reset the beginning of the path. If it gets in, it will create loud noises for the rest of the night. Big Toy Proxy. He will walk through the duct system and will follow the audio lure. He cannot kill you by himself. Whenever he hits a wall, he will leave a large indent in it, which causes other characters to traverse towards you faster. Bonnie Cookie. He can randomly appear in your office after putting on your mask and will only go away once you put on the monitor. When he's in the office turns completely white. Unused Wizards. Oh my god. Unused Wizards. You must choose and click one of the 3 difficulties at the top of the screen before 1 a.m., otherwise you will die. Bonnie's Easy. For choosing Easy, you will get AI times 10 number of points for the character. Chica's Medium. For choosing Medium, you will get AI times 15 number of points for the characters. Foxy's Hard. For choosing Hard, you will get AI times 20 number of points for the character. Bonnie. He will appear in your office every once in a while. Put on the mask and turn on the heater to make him leave. Chica. She will appear in your office frequently. Put on the mask and close all 4 doors to make her leave. Foxy. He will appear in your office very frequently. Put on the mask and pull the lever to make him leave. Burned freckles. When the temperature rises, more and more will appear in your office, covering your view. The only way to take them off is to use the controlled shock button. Hollow Bonnie and Chica. At the exact time you most recently died at in-game, both will appear in both hallways in F1. You have only a few seconds to close both doors to defend against their attack. Rainbow masks. Rainbow masks. Every time you put on the mask, it will change its hue to a random color. Every color has a different property. Regular brown, nothing. Yellow will start to drain power if the mask is on for too long. Violet will take itself off after a few seconds. Red will start to drain oxygen if the mask is on for too long. White will start to drain internet if the mask is on for too long. Green will start to increase toxicity if the mask is on for too long. Oh my god. How many more are there? I gotta see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I can't stop now. Augmented Freddy. He'll walk towards you in the GPS system. He moves closer than other GPS threats. The closer he is to you, the more static's on the screen. Use the lure or radio jammer to prevent him from getting to you and killing you. Augmented Bonnie. He will go through the GPS system barely visible on it. When he's close to you, you will hear his groaning. That's the only time he'll be fooled by the audio lure, and you must use the opportunity to survive. Augmented Chica. She will walk towards you on the GPS system, immune to the audio lures. She won't move closer if the office is under 80 degrees. If she gets you, you're dead. Augmented Foxy. At random, he will sprint at you on the GPS system, which you will be able to hear. You must react quickly and use the lure to send him off the other way. If he gets you, you're dead. Augmented Golden Freddy. He can appear when lowering the monitor. If he is standing up, use the flashlight on him to make him disappear. After a while of him standing, he will kill you. If he's sitting, using the flashlight will take away 5% power. Augmented Bear Endo. When he appears in Haguires in your office, look at him, hover your mouse over his face. After 5 AM hits, he will appear only once, staring straight at you. Shock him as fast as you can. Augmented Toy Freddy. He'll be playing ultra customized 745/20 mode. However, due to the fact of reality tearing apart his mouse cursor from potentially multiple universes will be visible. Augmented Toy Bonnie. He'll try to repossess the building. You can see him approaching from the GPS system. When he appears in your office holding a contract, you will have to quickly turn on the heater and use a controlled shock to set the contract on fire. Otherwise, he'll shut off the power and will drop to zero. And it will drop to zero. After you burn the contract, you'll have to get another one. Augmented Toy Chica. You now have to purchase some major night functions with the fast coins. Use the panel on the right side of the office to buy them. Augmented BB. He will appear on the GPS system either in front of or to the side of your avatar. To survive, if he's in front of you, point your flashlight at the front vent. If he's to the side, point your flashlight at the respective door. Augmented Sprint Trap. He moves around the GPS system and jump scares you when he gets you. Use lures to keep him away. When you look at him, his eyes can either glow white or red. If they're red, you must quickly close your monitor before he gets you. Augmented Jack-O-Bunny. So special he is. He will conjure another doorway into existence inside of your office, except there is no door to close. When he appears in the doorway, you must put on the monitor and hold B to pray. After a few seconds, the next time you put down the monitor, he and his door will be gone, as he's been banished to super hell for cheating. Augmented Ballora. Mini arenas will appear one by one in the arcade room at high noise levels. Playing audio in nearby rooms will make them leave. Making them leave too much or having too many of them at the same time will cause Augmented Ballora to attack. Augmented mini arenas. They'll be crawling onto you. Rapidly press the left arrow bracket and right arrow bracket keys, or the comma or period keys. I don't know which ones. Just shake and drop them off. If too many go to the top, you die. They move slower if the noise meter is at 0. Augmented RWQFSFASXC remnant will slowly accumulate in your office. Hovering your mouse over it will collect and grant you one fast card. Don't let there be too many remnant in your office at once to avoid a jump scare. Augmented Freddy mask. You must hold down the mask button, either the mouse or keyboard version of it, to keep your mask on. Freddy Frost Bear. Water. He will appear in your office if it's kept too cool for too long and will freeze random parts of the building like the fan, doors, or the power generator, making them unusable. After a while, he will jump scare you. Freddy Shamrock. When he appears on the camera screen, you can click his notice for him to appear in your office and grant you help. Ignore him will not cause anything to happen, but clicking notice has a slight chance of him jump scaring you. Is that Barack Obama? Chocolate Bonnie. That's not funny. When he appears in your office, search the cameras to find a basket of eggs. Click the basket and send him away. Easter Bonnie. When he appears in your office, you will have only several seconds to find an egg in your office and click it before Easter Bonnie jump scares you. VR Toy Freddy. When he appears in your office, make sure to keep the usage bar below 3 to avoid VR Toy Freddy from attacking you. High Score Toy Chico. When your video game appears, spam B to throw cupcakes at the child. After enough throws, the child will stop crying, the minigame will end. Not finishing the minigame on time will result in your run's end. System error Toy Bonnie. Every few seconds, he will make one of the 3 systems error out, forcing you to check on the cameras to fix the system. 8-bit baby. A baby figure will stay on the desk. You can click it anytime to start a minigame, in which you can click the buttons on a keypad to throw cupcakes at the kids. Clicking the wrong number or not clicking the figure will cause a jump scare. Radioactive Foxy. He will appear on the GPS system if the lure on it is used too much, and will add a toxic meter. Repeatedly toggle the jammer on and off to make him go away. Toxic Springtrap. Every time you close the monitor, another purple bubble will appear on the ceiling of the office. If too many of them spawn, Springtrap will appear. If his eyes are red, look away. If his eyes are white, put your mouse over his face. I need to get a drink of water. I'll just turn off my mic. I don't give a shit, I just drink sink water. Radioactive Foxy. He will appear on the GPS system if the lure on it is used too much and will add a toxic meter. Repeatedly toggle the jammer on and off to make him go away. Toxic Springtrap. Every time you close the monitor, another purple bubble will appear on the ceiling of the office. If too many of them spawn, Springtrap will appear. If his eyes are red, look away. If his eyes are white, put your mouse over his face. Firework Freddy. A rocket will lay on your desk with the fuse getting more and more ignited if the temperature is on 120 degrees for too long. If the entire fuse is ignited, Firework Freddy will jump scare you. The fuse does not ignite himself. Liberty Chica. She will stay in your office. If the temperature sets on 60 degrees for too long, the cupcake will slowly stop burning. If it stops burning completely, Chica will get angry and kill you. Flamethrower Bear Endo. He will randomly appear on the entrance camera with a flame sound effect. Use an audio alert to send him away. If he's kept on the camera for too long, he'll burn down the whole floor, which will block it from being viewed. Broiler Baby. She will stay on the basement camera, collect coal on the basement camera to fuel a fire. If the fire completely dies out, you die with it. Scorching Chica. Smoke will fill up the office. To get rid of it, use the silent ventilation or the fan. The more smoke that is in the office, the harder it is to see, and when the office is full of smoke, you start to lose oxygen. You'll start to lose oxygen. Flaming Springtrap. He will fade in on the Lumberco camera whenever he uses the heater. If he fades in all the way, he will burn down the camera. The only way for him to fade out again is using power AC for a few seconds. Ringmaster Foxy. He will appear in your room and demand 10 fast coins. You must pay him this before he kills you. While he's there, you can find Dark Circus tickets on the test system, which after collecting give you 10 fast coins. Magician Mangle. Once per night, her saw will slowly move downwards, and her 3 knives will appear in the vent system. Use the vent snares to block all 3 knives before the saw gets to the bottom of the screen to avoid her jump scare. Clown Springtrap. When he appears on the monitor, switch the camera. If you watch him for too long, he will hit the monitor with this hammer, which will leave marks on it for the rest of the night. He can only appear if the temperature is above 100 degrees. Katrina Toy Chica. Every time you use a controlled shock, either the office or F41, your game's frame rate will drop for a couple seconds. Woodland Toy Freddy. He will replace one of the trees in the lever coat camera and will switch between the trees as random at times. Avoid using the axe on him if you want to survive. Boulder Toy Bonnie. He will appear in your office. Once this happens, you only have a few seconds, after which you will die. What? Swamp Baby. He will move towards you on the GPS system and will raise your toxic meter when he's near. Use both the lure and radio jammer at the same time to make him go back. He'll kill you if he reaches you. Black iced frost bear. You'll gradually freeze with ice fading on the screen, and freezing slows the speed of your head movement. Press Q to toggle wearing ear muffs, which reverses the freezing but muffles your hearing. If you freeze over completely, you'll die. Frost Plush Trap. He appears in the main hall. You cannot obtain him through drops, so you must buy him using your fast coins. However, this price goes up every few seconds. If he isn't bought by the end of the night, he will kill you. Heartsick Baby. She will sometimes appear in your office. You have a short period of time to use a controlled shock to get her to appear. Otherwise, she'll shoot you in one of your two eyes with your bow and take out half your vision temporarily. Blackheart Bonnie. He will move through floor 3 while his heart moves through floor 4. A heartbeat will play if they both get on a camera with the same number. Use the audio lure to lure Blackheart Bonnie to a different camera, otherwise he will fuse with his heart and kill you. What? Why is this Spark? Or Fark or whatever. Curse. His eyes will sometimes appear in a doorway. Don't worry though, he doesn't actually want to enter the office. Closing the door on his face would be quite rude, so if that happens, he will start cursing with loud bleeps raising the noise meter. Oh, I get it, because in the demo, like, Spark cussed too, I think. Melted Chocolate Bonnie. Every now and then, he will appear on a random camera on floor 4 and will disappear for a bit after being shocked. You must schmock him AI number of times. Shock him AI number of times throughout the night in order to make him completely melt, resulting in him being unable to attack you. Will die a slow, painful death if you fail to do this. Big Bad Foxy. He's walking around F1. Looking at him for too long caused the panic meter to increase. Dark Water Bear Endo. Puzzle pieces will appear on the task system. You have time until 5 a.m. to put the pieces together. Use the equals plus button to hold a piece, otherwise you will die. Sunken Toy Bonnie. He sits on the oxygen storage. At random moments in time, he will begin generating coins. This will give you some coins, but will heat off your office as well as using a lot of power. Control shock him to make him stop. Piranha Plus Trap. He'll be sitting in the tank on the aquarium camera. He also somehow attained the power to spit out large spike balls. How? Literally, how is he doing that? It seems physically impossible. This is bad game design. Aeronaut Toy Freddy. A stock exchange window will pop up at every other hour. You must liquidate your stocks at the correct time to earn a profit selling it when there's a larger margin of profit to gain coins. Selling when negative causes you to lose coins. Waiting until the market closes at the end of an hour will cause him to kill you. Why are you a hexagon? Jetpack BB. During the night, he'll be showcasing his Jaded Fazbear collection, and they will pop up all over your office. You must use the fast cam to snap a photo. Once you snap a photo, 50% of the Jaded Fazbears will disappear. If too many spawn at once, your power will start draining rapidly. Great Escape Golden Freddy. He will be in his own tank on the aquarium camera. He will gradually bang on the glass. If he bangs on the glass too much, it will break, and water will start to drip, making its way to your office and damaging the doors, thus requiring double-clicking to close and open them. Shock him to stop the banging for a few seconds. Unidentified. He will walk towards you on the GPS system. Use the lure to make him go back, or the radio jammer to make him freeze in place. If he gets in, you're dead. Gift box. Push notifications about the gift box will randomly appear on the top of the screen. You must click it before it disappears to get transported into the GPS system and collect your prize. Otherwise, you'll be locked out of the GPS system forever. Avatar Cupcake. Whenever any mode is on other than all off, your GPS location tracking device will be malfunctioning, misplacing your position on the GPS system. Anything that would attack when it gets to you has to get to the misplaced position instead. The Fazbear Balloon. It'll fly around your office at lightning speed while making deflation noise for the entire night. The balloon is in a constant state of deflation. Promo Freddy. He'll appear in either doorway in the office. Close the appropriate door to avoid his jump scare. Promo Chica. She will appear in the office on either side of the door, on either side of where you're looking. If you look at her for too long, you will get jump scared. Promo Foxy. He will sometimes shout. You must have the front event door open, otherwise he will break it open himself and jump scare you. Promo Springtrap. He may sometimes appear when you're watching the cameras on floor 3. Stare at him until he disappears and avoid his jump scare. Promo Baby. She may sometimes appear when you're watching the cameras on floor 4. Stare at her until she disappears to avoid her jump scare. Thank God there's not that much for security breach. Lulz Hacks. He stays in your office at all times, turned off. You can turn him on by pressing the red button on his torso. When he jumps When he turns on, he can either do a random thing to help you or rebel against you and make your night a little harder. This character is today's character of the day. Winning a night with this character will give, on 28 will give you 500 additional fast coins. That's a mechanic. Frank and Foxy will stay in your office. You have the entire night to spam click his head, torso, and limbs to make them fall apart and make Frank and Foxy collapse. If he is still alive by the time of 6 a.m., he will jump scare you. Poop It Master. He stays in front of you, closing his jaw when the cameras are up. Clicking and holding him will cause him to open his jaw again. If he closes it fully, a jump scare is all you can expect. He attacks faster to help you in the night. Robo Chica, work in progress. If you see her glowing red eyes in your left drawer, use a controlled shock. Already a Chica. Bones, shoes, and apple cores will fall from the top of the screen. Hitting to me with them with a cursor will result in a jump scare. 23. Totem Panic. When a piece of the Totem Panic flies over the screen, avoid moving your cursor over it. Getting a cursor hit will allow the Totem Panic figure on your desk to build up slowly. If it fully builds, you're dead. Okay. Fully loaded Rabbit. He stays in the F1 parts service camera. If you see his visor has turned black, it means he's about to run straight into your office. Quickly use the controlled shock button found on your desk. Anim Dude, the Revenge. He goes through the vent system and can pass through the vent snare and door. Pull the lever next to the vent opening to make him go back. Puppetnator. He stays in the light system, spinning around all over the place. Flashing a light on him for too long will cause a jump scare. Gorilla? What? Sock Puppet. It will sometimes fly from the left to the right side of the office. If it reaches the right side, you die. Simply click it to make it stop. Marionemus. When they appear on the monitor, you will only have a short second to change a different system, otherwise a jump scare is all you will get. Mechaplier. He will record his ultra custom night playthrough, commentating over the game and blocking the top right of the screen with his webcam. Find AI Forms ones. Final Forms! Exclamation point 1. The most difficult enemy you'll face, lots of HP, impossible to conquer. It will sometimes drive towards you in the GPS system. You must spam click him to take away his HP, otherwise a terrible surprise is all you will get. Cyclops Alien. Every time you put on the mask, he'll block one of the eye holes of it. Do that, you'll have less oxygen, so the oxygen meter will slowly go down if you wear the mask for too long. Piranha. It will swim around the office, chomping down on air. If it chomps down on your cursor, it will get stuck within his mouth for a few seconds. Hammerhead Puppet. When mist appears in the office, you must find him on one of the floor 3 cameras using an audio lure on him. If the office gets over-misted, you will die. Shadow Mask. Every few seconds you're on the cameras, another one of them will spawn at the top of the screen firing gift boxes. If your mouse hits the gift box, it will close open doors, close doors, toggle the fan, and switch to system camera mode. Pirate Lilbit. Shield attack at 5 a.m. unless you collect the shield that moves through the vents. The shield will be moving backwards every few seconds. We can click on the shield to push it forward. Fury Freddy. The higher his AI level, the less strength Anim Dude on the Fury's Rage floor will have. The less strength Anim Dude on the Fury's Rage floor will have. Fury Monty. The higher his AI level, the less power you'll have on the Fury's Rage floor. Fury Roxanne. The higher her AI level, the less luck you'll have on the Fury's Rage floor. Fury Chica. The higher her AI level, the less special attack strength you'll have on the Fury's Rage floor. VR Sisters. If at any time all 4 doors are closed, they will spawn on the Fury's Rage floor. Defeat them before they defeat you. Soul Brawler. He will spawn on the Fury's Rage floor when 2 a.m. starts. He starts off shielded. To break the shield, you must use a special attack on him. Afterwards, the only way to damage him will be using regular attacks to defeat him before he defeats you. Mega Brow. From 3 a.m. until the end of the night, Mega Brow will spawn bouncing balls on the Fury's Rage floor. You must use the block move to avoid getting hit by them. Fury Vanny. She'll spawn on the Fury's Rage floor when 4 a.m. starts. She'll be throwing knives at you. Defeat her before she defeats you. Dreamgeist. It's on the Fury's Rage floor at all times. It will not attack you. Sometimes a Lord question will appear and block a corner of the screen. Damaging Dreamgeist will remove all questions, but after too many hits, it will die. Poison Foxy. Crates filled with radiation will spawn on the Fury's Rage floor. Punching or kicking them too many times will cause them to break open and raise your toxic meter. Thug Life Chipper. Chopping down a tree on the Lumberco camera will cause a group of Thug Life Chippers to spawn on the Fury's Rage floor. Defeat them before they defeat you. Thug Chica. Eating any chick on the Fury's Rage floor will immediately spawn a horde of Thug Chicas. Defeat them before they defeat you. Punk Mangle. They'll spawn on the Furious Rage floor. They are immune to special attacks, so they have to be defeated using regular attacks. The higher the A level, the more often they'll spawn, the more HP they'll have. Trap. Using audio lure on floor 3 will cause Trap to spawn on the Furious Rage floor. Defeat him before he defeats you. Fire Girl. Using the shock on floor 4 will cause Fire Girl to spawn on the Furious Rage floor. Defeat her before she defeats you. Thug Marionette. They'll spawn on the Furious Rage floor. They are immune to regular attacks, so they have to be defeated using special attacks. The higher the A level, the more often they spawn, the more HP they will have. Ice Freddy. They will spawn on the Furious Rage floor. Defeat them before they defeat you. The higher the A level, the more often they will spawn, the more HP they will have. What? Glamrock Freddy, he stays in the office ready to be of help. You can select a mission for him to do, like getting backup power, searching for coins. Each will take several seconds to complete. His battery is always raining, however, and you will need to select a recharge to make him go into his recharge station. If he runs out of battery, he will end your run. Montgomery Gator. 2 ball blasters will be in your office. You can click on a ball blaster at any time to fire, but the turrets have limited ammo. The ammo resets the full every 2 in-game hours. Sometimes Monty will enter the office, fire a ball blaster to hit him and make him leave. Be quick, however, as he won't stay watching him. If he stays in the office for too long, he'll destroy one of the ball blasters, rendering it unusable for the rest of the night. Of course, he'll attack shortly afterwards if you hadn't hit him yet. Glamrock Chica. He will somewhat frequently show up in the office, sometimes spinning her head 180 degrees. Use the fast cam when she's facing you to make her leave the office. You can also shoot her with the phaser blaster at any point to slightly delay her attack. Roxanne Wolf. 3 times per night, she will spawn in the vent system alongside a racing staff bot. Both will begin racing their way through the vent system map. If Roxanne loses the race, she will attack. Your goal is to make the staff bot reach the office slower than Roxanne, which by default won't happen. You're able to give some power to Roxanne, taken from your own power arena, to give you your smallest speed boost by clicking on her radar icon. Daycare attendant. He'll move around floor 1, starting as Sun. If he gets into your office, he'll pull up your mask every time you try to pull it down. To get him to go away, use the distraction button on a floor 1 room to make him go to that room. He turns into Moon when it hits a new hour. The distraction button still affects him as if he enters your office or transforms while in your office. He will kill you. To get him to turn back into Sun, find him on the cameras and light flash him. Oh my god. DJ Music Man, due to his size, he crawls around the exterior of the building. He is visible in the GPS signal, circling around, occasionally stopping and deciding. If he stops to your left, he'll throw an arcade machine through the walls. It'll land in your office, blocking the left doorway from closing its door fully. You must click and hold on the arcade machine to gradually push it out until you can use the door again. If he stops to your right, he'll smash through the wall with one of his arms to break one of your mode functions. To fix it, go to the task and finish the task to fix it. If he stops in front of you, he'll climb onto the roof of the building and begin pounding against the ceiling. Quickly switch on the radio jammer on the GPS system to make him come down from the roof before he crashes through all the floors and kills you. If he stops behind you, he'll rip a hole open behind you into your office. You can tell by the blinding lights and the loud crashing noises. You must put on the mask for a few seconds before he stomps away, otherwise you will meet your fate. Glamrock Endo. It'll appear in your right doorway. It's hanging off a hook on its first phase, so using the power generator is the only way to get it to activate. Looking away after it has detached itself will make it progress closer towards you. Shooting with the phaser blaster fast cam will stun it and move it back. If it gets too close, you will die. Lil Music Man, he'll quickly crawl through the vent system, bypassing any vent snares. He will appear in the vent door but not enter your office. Instead, he'll start banging his singles together very quickly, which raises the noise meter. You must close the top vent door and flip the switch in order to get rid of him. Mapbot, he'll appear in the office, moving back and forth every once in a while, only staying for a few seconds before leaving. If you mouse over him while he's in the office, he'll forcefully give you his pretty bad map, which randomly scrambles the cam buttons and adds a useless legend in the corner. Pizza Bot. He starts outside the building. You can see and control him with the GPS system. His job is to cook and deliver pizza to customers. He must deliver pizza to buildings that have a pizza icon on top of them. Otherwise, Pizza Bot will fire from his gun out of pure angle, break the rules of the staff bot society, and kill you outright. Comedy Bot. He'll stay on the F2 show stage doing stand-up comedy. Whenever he tells a joke, you can hear his voice even outside the camera. You must go to the F2 show stage camera and press B to clap. If you don't clap, he will assume you can't hear him and move to his office. When he's in the office, he will continue telling jokes, thus raising the noise meter drastically. You cannot make him leave. Magnet Crew. Each of them can stick to a piece of technology and mess with it. The main four will stick to the doors once per night. Use the pizza cutter to precisely cut him. Use the pizza cutter to precisely cut across them. Mr. Hippo will instead stick to your monitor twice per night. You spam B to clap to pull him off. Bunny Ball and Bowling Pins. The pins will appear at the very end of the vent system. Occasionally, the Bonnie Ball will be rolled into the vent system with the corresponding sound effect. Quickly use the appropriate vent star to stop him. If he knocks down the pins, he will knock down you. Long Monty, he stays, watching. Cut out Long Monty. Monty, he stays watching. Neon Long Monty, he stays watching. Carpet Long Monty, he stays watching. Balloon Long Monty, he stays watching. Dodgeball Long Monty, he stays watching. Plate Long Monty, he stays watching. Table Long Monty, he stays watching. Alive Long Monty, he moves watching. Frost Endo, oh no, this kind guy is completely frozen over in your office. If you have your temperature high enough, he will slowly melt, and after being freed, he will restore a chunk of your powers in act of gratitude, though the block of ice season also acts as a very effective source of cooling at no cost for you. If you don't free it before 4 a.m., Frost Endo, as you've been exploring his situation, will kill you the moment he's freed. Shift Warrior D, a stack of cans will occasionally appear on your desk. Make sure to slash through each one with the pizza cutter, or else every toggle in the GPS system will become enabled for some reason. Oh, God, okay. Teasers and trailers. Teaser Freddy. He approaches from the left hall. Shut the door when he's standing near the doorway to turn him away. He moves faster as the building gets warmer. Trailer Bonnie. He will sometimes appear in your office after lowering the monitor. Using a controlled shock will make him go away. Putting on the mask when he's in the office will block it from being wearable for a few seconds. Greenlight Freddy. His suitless endo will appear in your office. Check his eye color and press the corresponding button. When the eyes are white, press 7. When they're in blue, 8, yellow, 9, and red, 0. Not doing it in a timely fashion will result in death. Teaser Mangle. Looking at Cam Do on any floor will cause her hook to appear and slowly move across the monitor, scratching it. After too many scratches, the screen will completely break. 3. Also 500,000. It stays on Cam 03 of F3. Every 9 seconds, the AM text will change to red. If you're watching the cam system and the text is red, another piece of 3 will disappear. If all of them disappear, you die. Use a sound vent or still vent to make it slowly reappear. Teaser Fredbear. His eyes will sometimes appear on your monitor when viewing floor 2. When he's there, flashing your light will result in a jump scare. Change the camera to make him leave. And thank you, Yellow Bear. He will sometimes appear in your office after lowering your monitor. Stare at him to make him disappear. He will kill you if you put on the monitor while he's still in the office. Thank you, Endo. He passed away before the night began. His eyebrows will try to go up into heaven. The fan will make them fall down. If they reach the top, then Endo will kill you. If they go too far down, then they'll clip through Endo, which also kills you. Hangle. She will appear on the ceiling of your office every time you put on the mask. You must click on her to cut the string and let her fall. If you open up the monitor while she's still there, a jump scare is all you will get. Presents. Once per night, several of them will appear in the office, and a present becomes available at the price counter. Every 5 seconds, the price of it changes to a random number from 1 to 50. You must buy within 45 seconds of the presents appearing. Prototype. He'll attempt adding the previously advertised 3D visuals, but he will need power to do so. The screen starts with the pixelation filter, and using the power generator will reduce it over time. To accomplish his prototype must use more power than when the power generator is on. Power generator being on doesn't bring down the power uses until the pixelation filter is fully gone. Beta Freddy. 4 of them will appear on the light system at the start of the night, alongside a picture of one of their original appearances. You must click the Freddy that's the same design as the one on the picture to survive. Beta Bonnie. He and 2 bow ties, one black, one red, will sometimes appear in the office. You must drag and drop the correct bow tie, the black one, in the correct place on his body. If you don't do that, he will trap you inside his mask for 10 seconds. Viewport Bonnie. He will make his way towards the elevator on F3. He is invisible to the cameras, and the only way to tell where he is by seeing if the static is heavier than usual. Use audio alerts to prevent him from killing you. Viewport Chica. She will make her way towards the elevator on F4. She's invisible to the cameras, and the only way to tell where she is by seeing if the static is heavier than usual. Shock her to make her not go back and not kill you. Viewport Cupcake. He stays in the office whenever you mouse click while the monitor is down. He will wink. Every time he winks, he lowers the amount of toxicity needed for you to pass out. The amount will eventually go back up again. Beta Foxy. He will run into your office when things are looking down and offer to help you. He has 3 ways for him to assist, but also 3 ways to make your night just a bit more difficult. Scrap Baby Endo. It will appear in the left doorway every time you open the right door. Close the left door, otherwise it will get in and cause a ventilation, audio, and video error. Teaser Plush. Strings will hang off the ceiling of your office. They are only visible when you turn on the flashlight, though. Hovering over a string will cut it, and you will lose access to the Google Music Box for 5 seconds. Concept Bob. He will draw himself in your office throughout the night. Every time you close the monitor, an eraser will appear in your office, which you can drag towards Concept Bob to reset his progress. If Concept Bob finishes drawing, you will die. Theodore Peterson. Theodore Peterson, if the noise meter is too high, he'll begin placing bear traps around the vent system. If a character touches the bear trap on the vent system, Mr. Peterson will kill you. Steel will spring Bonnie. He will sometimes laugh and show himself in either the front or right vent doorway. He uses William's signature illusion disc, so don't fall for his trick. And close the opposite door of where he shows himself to be at. Freddy Bear. If you use your flashlight too close to either the left or right side of the office, he will appear in the doorway. Close the door quickly before he attacks. God. Okay. Fazbear Entertainment spokesperson. A free Fast Coins button will move around the screen, and be sure not to click it. Be sure to not click it, as clicking will result in having to watch a lengthy, unskippable ad. Microwave. It will appear the random camera on floor 4. When it starts beeping, find it and click it to turn off. The beeping raises the noise meter. If the microwave isn't turned off in time, it will explode and set the temperature to 120 degrees. Reddit user. The 30 posts will pop up on your screen. You must click the report button, as the post breaks all 11 rules at once to get rid of it. Click Team Nightmare Rion. Every time the hour switches, 2 images will display on the task system. One will be an official FNAF water and the other fan. Meanwhile, you must decide which is the official one and click it before Nightmare Rion gets you. Flip side, a drawing of the moment will stay on your desk. You'll get out of the drawing more and more every 7 Faz coins you collect, eventually killing you. To make them move back, use the audio lure on the drawing of him on the drawing hall camera. Paper plate Gij. Switching between cameras on floor 4 makes it have a chance to appear on the floor. Yummy. Floor 4 makes it have a chance to appear on the floor, slumped over. Find and click a delicious yummy cake on one of the other F4 cameras, and then click on her for plus 5% power. Feeling before the next hour switch, make her mad and eat your power instead. Scott, who's also Eminem for some reason. Sometimes he may appear in your office and play loud music for a few seconds. The music itself does increase the noise meter. If the noise meter is too high while the music is playing, you will become deaf for the rest of the night. Evil Scientist. He will move around the screen, swinging a wrecking ball around with him. If he hits your cursor, you will lose several Faz coins, depending on the AI level. If he hits you when you have 0 or less Faz coins, you will die. Biobeta. The toxic meter will slowly fill up the more doors you have closed. If it fills up all the way, you're dead. Melons. Whenever you use the controlled shock, you will use it a few more times afterwards. Wasting power and making a lot of noise. Vibrant. His head will float on either top corner of the screen. After a few seconds, it'll fly in circles and then will loop to the opposite corner. If your cursor touches him, the temperature will rise to 120 degrees. If the temperatures are 120 degrees already, you will die. Decode 9. Decode 9 is the antivirus installed on your monitor. Occasionally, it will detect the mode, power gen, heater, etc. you're using as a virus, and it will disable it. Click on Decode 9 to confirm that you want to enable it to be able to use the mode again. Rage Quit. If he sees you on the same camera for too long, even while not having the monitor up, or spending too much time in the office, he'll rage quit out of your night and bring you right back to the roster screen. Tyke. He stays in the lumber co-camera and takes control over most of it. He can either walk around empty-handed or with a watering can. When he's empty-handed, you will only be able to cut down a tree when he's right next to it. When he's holding a watering can, he will make any tree that's near him go faster. Bother Tree. He will appear in the lumber co-camera if the tree is left to grow for too long and will jump scare you a few seconds afterward. Cool Chipper. He will appear once per night on the right side of the screen starting a slot game. Press N to stop the top slot and M to stop the bottom slot. If they match, you'll continue the night. If they don't, or you take too much time, you die. Doofus. At exactly 1 a.m. he will appear and be controlled by your mouse cursor. Move him around the screen to find a ruby. Getting hit by flying enemies will decrease Doofus' health. If he dies, you die with him. Taking too long will also result in death. Arcade Pop Goes. He will battle you at 3 a.m. You can choose to either attack or to block. Pop Goes himself will appear slightly red if he's about to attack. If he dies, you win. You have until 5 a.m. to finish the fight, otherwise you will lose. Dead King Freddy. He stays in the office. His eyes flash in a pattern of red, yellow, or purple. If they're yellow, use their shock to attack. Using the shock when they're purple will remove 5% power. Missing attacks too often will result in death. Black Rabbit. Her limbs will appear in doorways. Close the doors. Her head will appear on your desk. Put on the mask. Her torso will appear on your desk. Shock it. If all 6 parts are in the office, you will die. Pop Goes. He will walk through floor 3, making his way to the elevator. If he gets there, he will kill you. He moves slower if the internet meter is slower. Watching a camera with a silent vent or still vent on will cause it to shut down, making pop goes go one step back. Trading cards. They will add hyper-realistic 3D and lighting effects to the screen. Long pop goes. You must play a game of Snake with long pop goes. Use the arrow keys to move. If he collides with another part of himself or goes out of bounds, the mistake will kill you. Long squirrels. They will extend out of the right vent, preventing the door from being closed. Use a flash or blaster to get them away. They will not appear if the temperature is above 100 degrees. Long menorah. She will hang on to your mouse cursor. Slam her into the edges of the screen enough times for her to fall off. If she stays for too long, she will explode, destroying your cursor. Ventman. Its arm will stretch across the vent system when you aren't looking. When it reaches the office, its hand will be seen in the top vent of the office, blocking the vent door from being closed. Use a fast blaster to shoot it away. Morse the Mole. He stays in the office and occasionally burrows underground, which messes up the building's wiring. He must access the Morse device and complete the objective before the location explodes. Okay. Candy. He will come closer and closer on the exit camera. When he's very close to the camera, only one of his eyes will glow. If it's his left eye from his perspective, close the left door to block him. If it's his right eye, close the right door. Cindy. She'll come closer on the elevator hall camera. When she's very close to the camera, only one of her eyes will glow. If it's her right eye from her perspective, close the front of the door. If it's her left eye, close the right vent door. Chester. He will come out of the curtains on the monkey room camera regularly if you don't regularly check on him. When he gets out, you will die. Additionally, he can be forgotten from existence entirely by not using the cam system at all for a while during 12 a.m. The Penguin. He will open and close your doors at random. Old Candy. Ooh. He will stay on the F2 parts service camera. When he's gone, it means he is on the right vent camera. You must watch him with the flashlight on. While having the right vent door closed to make him leave. Hamburger. The longer the cameras are down, the more chance of him appearing in the office. When he's there, he will air out all 3 systems. Shadow Candy. He will fade in on the glitch floor. Watching him will make him fade away. If he fades in fully, he will jump scare you and turn back time by an hour. Tragedy Puppet. When you use the global music box and watch the cameras, he will slowly move into the view and will eventually jump scare you. Sour Candy. You will always be behind him, only able to see through the face hole. Your cursor cannot go outside the hole. You can toggle where the cursor, the hole is by pressing the left, right, up, and down arrow keys. Blank Endo. You will block the view of one of the floors at all times. Setting the mode to all off for a while will make him change the floor he is at. Classic Blink. He will stay on the drawing hall camera and slowly wake up. If you see that he's gone, close the front vent door. Classic Old Candy. He'll be at the oxygen supply and will sometimes activate to go into one of the hallways. When he's there, leave the door open so that he can get inside, and then shock him while he's in the office. Closing the door will drain 5% power. Classic Rat. He'll seemingly walk through both the hallways and F1 at once, but the only one will be the real Classic Rat. The fake one will slightly flicker. Close the door on the real one and leave the door open the fake one to survive. Withered Candy. He's in the duct system, always moving towards the audio lure, disabling it once once he reaches it, only enabling it again after a few seconds. He will jump scare you if he disables it too many times. Monster Rat. He will silently appear at either doorway. Flashlight to make him leave. If he gets in, flash the flashlight at his eyes until he runs off. If he stays in the office for too long, he will kill you. Monster Cat. He will start to peek out from either side on the light system. Flash him to make him hide. If you don't do so, he will eventually kill you. Child Mary. Child Mary, she'll be in the light system walking along the floor from the right to the left. The tape player starts on the left side. When she reaches the tape player, she'll move it to the opposite side. However, if you ever shine the light over her, she'll get scared and run back to the opposite side of the tape player. If she is prevented from reaching the tape player for too long because of this, the tape player will stop playing until she's allowed to reach it again. Once it stops playing, the night timer stops completely. Shadow Rod. Anytime there's a ventilation, video, or audio area, he will slowly fade into your office. He will jump scare you until he fades in fully. His progress cannot be reverted. Classic Shadow Candy. He may appear while looking at the camera system, in which case you must look to the vent system, and vice versa. He may appear while looking at the camera system, in which case you must look to the vent system, and vice versa. Looking to any other system causes his jump scare. Unused Shadow Candy. He may appear while looking at the task system, in which case you must look to the GPS system, and vice versa. Looking to any other system causes his jump scare. Eyeless Shadow Candy. He may appear while looking at the duct system, in which case you must look to the light system, and vice versa. Looking to any other system causes a jump scare. Long candy. He stretches out across the light system, blocking more and more of the view. Sour candy sits somewhere on him, and if you can find him and click him, long candy will unstretch itself for a bit. Long Cindy. She will appear from the bottom of the screen and hang onto the monitor button. After a bit, she will stretch herself. She will stretch up, stretching the button with herself. Type long, L-O-N-G, to cause her to disappear. Theodore. He stays in the office. When you flip down the camera, he may activate and begin waving. Click his nose quickly to deactivate him. If he waits for too long, he will air out the vents. I'm gonna miss up too, dude. Twisted Freddy. He will slowly crawl out of the ceiling on the basement camera. If he is standing on the floor, watch him and use the heater at the same time to make him crawl back into the ceiling. If he gets to your office, you're dead. Twisted Bonnie. When he appears on the basement camera, quickly move the wedge floor side to the opposite where Twisted Bonnie is on the camera. Left if he's on the right and vice versa. He leaves instantly after you put the sign in the correct place. Twisted Chica. When she appears on the basement camera, quickly close the door according to which side she's at and turn on the heater at the same time. Global music box prevents her from appearing, but a loud noise makes her appear more. Twisted Foxy. When he rises in the basement camera, you must close the left door until he leaves. He appears more often when the noise is high. Twisted Wolf. He will appear in the basement whenever the internet meter is below 50%. He will stay there until the exotic butters is pressed while the meter is above 50%. If he stays there for too long, he will kill you. The Fazbear Monkeys. They will individually appear on the Cam 03 of either F2, F3, or F4. Use the respective floors, tool, flashlight, audio, or shock to make them leave. If all three of them appear at the same time, you will die. Mono Freddy. After opening either the left or right door, you may see his glowing red eyes behind the doorway. You will only have a few seconds to close the door again to avoid a jump scare. Fun Time Mingle. When you hear her garbled static sounds, it means she appeared on either closet camera on the floor. Quickly find her and shock her. If she isn't shocked in time, she'll get into your office and raise the noise meter. Skeleton appears. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Pit Spring Bonnie. He'll come out of the ball pit on the prop storage camera every couple of seconds and will go back and when shocked using the controlled shock. If he gets out, he will end your run with a jump scare. Eleanor. When closing a specific door too frequently, you will face consequences. Left door, she will replace your left arm with scrap metal. Right door, she will replace your right arm with scrap metal. Right front vent door, she will replace your left leg with scrap metal. Right vent door, she will replace your right leg with scrap metal. If both of your arms are metal, the door buttons will only have a 50% chance of working. If both your legs are metal, your turning speed in the office will decrease. If both arms and legs are metal, you will die. The Hungry Seal. There are very many penguins on the kitchen camera, although you cannot see them. When the global music box is on, it will gradually scare them away over time, causing them to enter the aquarium camera. As more penguins enter the aquarium, the hungry seal inside the tank become more and more hungry. However, it can't reach the penguins as they are outside the tank. This means the hungry seal will also become angry, and if it gets too angry, it will enter analog horror mode. Once this happens, there is nowhere to run. Counting Freddy. He will appear on the cams. You must quickly lower monitor and use a controlled shock, after which he will laugh. Put on your mask and not get killed. If you shock when you're supposed to put on the mask and vice versa, you'll die. The Stitch Wraith. He will walk around floor 2 collecting parts. If you hear him move, make sure you can find him somewhere. If you cannot find him on any camera, it means he has entered the elevator. Close both the left and right door to make him leave. Fetch. He will text you throughout the night trying to mess up in different ways. Lonely Freddy. Every few seconds, a list of key presses and a countdown will be shown at the top of the screen. When the countdown reaches 0, Lonely Freddy will begin to control your body, and those key presses will be pressed in that order. To stop him pressing the 1 through 5 keys while the countdown hasn't reached 0 yet, we'll delete the key presses from the list at the top. Yarg Foxy. At random points during the night, he will appear in your office and will constantly open the closed doors with his hook. Spam the comma and period keys to shake him around until his arm falls off and makes him unable to open doors. Plush Trap Chaser. He moves to the duct system, moon to the duct seals. The closer the audio lures to him, the faster he becomes. Withered Minarinas. They will appear whenever you put on the mask. Click on them to make them fall. If any of them say when you take out the mask, your toxic meter's minimum value will increase, making it easier to die by passing out. Holographic Ballora. She will sometimes appear in the office when you put on your mask. You You must use a global music box to make her vanish. Taking off the mask when she's still in the office will result in a jump scare. Coming home, Chica. Several drawings with instructions will appear on the task system. Clearly all of them before 2 a.m. to survive. What the fuck? Springtrap Jr. He can appear on your desk after you put down the monitor. When he's there, you must keep shining your flashlight on him so he covers his eyes. Otherwise, he will kill you. He will only disappear after you put on the monitor again. The K-pop group. They need to make their way to the building in order to perform so the Wallace contract time can take place. Go to the GPS system and use the lure to lure them towards your location. If you turn off the lure, they'll walk away. Once they reach your office, they'll be in the aquarium and their music will play. If they do not make it by 3 a.m., Wallace contract time will get cancelled and the clock will stop and it will only start again once the group is called forth. The puppy, they're in their office, click them to pet them occasionally, otherwise they'll get sad. You don't want that to happen. Sea Bonnies, they're in the tank on the top. They're in the tank on the aquarium camera. If you do not check up on them, they'll start insulting you with mean words popping up on your screen. This will make you sad, and you becomes too sad, you'll spontaneously combust and die. The Freddy above. Anytime you use the office flashlight, fast camera, F2 flashlight, or light flash, you'll descend down into your office from above. Applaud him by pressing B to convince him to go away before he subtracts half an hour off your night. Felix the Shark. He got outside the tank. He got outside of the tank on the aquarium camera before the night began and is now on the ground suffocating. How unfortunate. You must give him a bottle of the holy water, as if he dies, his death will be on your hands, and Freddy Fazbear himself will come to kill you. Be careful though. If you give him too much holy water, he will ascend to a higher level existence and send you to heaven, which is supposed to be a good thing, but also ends your night. Math Man. At 2 a.m., he will pop up in the bottom left corner, covering the power, noise, internet, and toxic meters. He will pop up in the bottom left corner, covering the power, noise, internet, and toxic meter. Solve several math problems using a text box at the top of the screen to make him leave. Recipe golden cupcake. Longer the cameras are down, the more chance of him appearing in your office. When he's there, you'll be unable to use the 1 through 6 mode functions until looking at the cameras for several seconds. TFF Spring Bonnie. When wearing the mask, you must keep the 2 spring locks on either side of the mask wound up by clicking and holding them. If they unwind all the way while you're wearing the mask, you will get spring locked and killed. Funtime Lefty, he will go through the duct system and will jump scare you when he gets out. Use the global music box to send him back. With the trash in the gang. Question mark, question mark, question mark? Okay. Blacklight Freddy 1A, he won't kill you before the night begins. Blacklight Freddy 1B, he will kill you before the night begins. Blacklight Freddy 3, he moves through the vent system, I guess. Blacklight Freddy 4, he pops up every hour to ask a FNAF trivia question. Answer correctly gives you 100 points. Answering incorrectly or taking too long takes away 100. Answering the final question correctly gives you 300 points instead, but takes away 500 if you get it wrong. Blacklight Bonnie 2, a replica of his icon boarded an AI number will bounce around him, screen like a DVD logo. The AI level will constantly go down even below 0, which takes up the appropriate number of points from the night. You must catch and mouse over the icon and click on the arrow to raise level back up. Blacklight Chica 1B, a group of blacklight pickpocketers' heads will appear on the lumber floor, resting on a wooden structure to the right. To the left, you'll see a big slingshot and Blacklight Chica 1B's head on it. Fling your head with a sling to kill all the pickpocketers before the night ends, or you will die. Blacklight Foxy 1 and 3, they'll stay on random F3 cameras to play competitive chess. Look at their progress at least once every camera flip. Deep into the site play, if they get too bored, you will die. Blacklight Foxy 2, he will stay in the Foxy Hall and get more angry whenever you look at him and will eventually jump scare you. Blacklight Foxy 4, he will stay on the Foxy Hall camera and gets more agitated when too much noise is being made. He won't calm down unless you look at him on the camera. He kills you if he gets too angry. Blacklight Foxy 5, he'll be playing a game of tic-tac-toe on the task system. You're able to take your turn after he takes his. If you go twice in a row, he will kill you for cheating. However, he is able to go multiple times in a row if you take too long to do your move. If he wins, he'll kill you. If you win or get a stalemate, you'll live. Blacklight Foxy 6. You'll install a virus into your net which reprograms the game so that he will kill you at 1 a.m. It's accessing the task system will show a small task manager in his face. There are 2 tasks, ultra-custom-night.exe and ultra-custom-night.exe. One of these is the virus. You will know which one is the virus, as he will make a worried face if you had selected it. Click the end task button after selecting the virus. Blacklight Toy Bonnie 2, when you see his face in the darkness of floor 2 before changing the camera, you must shine your flashlight and click his nose. Closing the towers or switching the task system will also make him attack you. Blacklight Toy Chica 1. She's in the duct system, although she won't move by herself. Using the flashlight, both the office and F21 will cause her to move closer. The duct doors and audio load do not affect her. Watching her with the fan hour will make her go in reverse. Blacklight BB1. Occasionally his face will be visible on the flashlight lights. You'll have a limited amount of time to get rid of him by switching to the UV mode of the flashlight. If you do not do this in time, he will kill you. Blacklight BB2. He stands in either F4 closet and demands blacklight coins. The way to see and get blacklight coins is by using the UV flashlight in your office to search around for the coins and click on them while mousing over them. If you do not pay him the coins at the end of 4 AM, he will freeze the clock and you'll have to pay him the coins in order for it to resume. Blacklight Puppet 1. When changing the camera, there's a chance he might appear flashing in different poses. Quickly change the camera to avoid him. If he's ignored for too long, the camera will be blocked by his face for the rest of the night. Blacklight Puppet 2. There's a blacklight music box on the Fury's Rage floor. You must hit it to wind it up. If it winds down fully, the buttons to fix errors will begin moving the random places. Blacklight Endo 02. He will go through the vent system. If he touches an active vent snare, he will temporarily stop you from changing the current snare position. Close the door on his face to avoid him from jump scaring you. Blacklight Rockstar Freddy. Thrice per night, after pulling down the cameras, he may demand you pay 5 pass coins to get access to the monitor again. Dark Blacklight Freddy. When his glowing eyes become visible in the left doorway, hold the UV flashlight over him and his brighter colors will start to glow. After they're bright enough and the door gets closed, he will leave. If you take too long, he will kill you. Dark Blacklight Bonnie. When his glowing eyes become visible in the right doorway, your regular flashlight will become disabled. Hold the UV flashlight over him long enough and his brighter colors will start to glow. He will leave once they're bright enough. Dark Blacklight Chica. When glowing eyes become visible in the right doorway, do not use the UV or regular flashlight on her, or else she will take away 5% power. She will leave after a while using the silent ventilation to speed it up. Dark Blacklight Foxy. When his glowing eye becomes visible in the left doorway, using the UV or regular flashlight on him will immediately kill you unless you have the silent ventilation active. He'll leave after a while. Glow Freddy, who will stay on floor 3 using the audio lure, will make him teleport to that camera. Watching him will make him glow more and more. If he glows too much, you will die. You cannot reset his glow progress. Glow Cupcake, your office is now dark and Glow Cupcake will illuminate it. Drag and drop him around the office to see parts of it. His glow energy gets lower and lower over time. Turn on the power generator will charge him again. Glow Toy Freddy, he'll sometimes appear after taking off the mask. Press Y when hovering over him and turn on the battery save mode. It'll work using the flashlight without wasting power. There's a chance he might jump scare when you try to do that. Glow Balloon Boy. Find and click a balloon that's only visible when it's dark on floor 2. If it's 1 AM and the balloon is still there, you're dead. The balloon will float around the entire floor, moving across different cameras. Glow Nightmare Freddy. Glow in the dark Freddy Nightmare will appear in your office. Nad to be scary and get bigger and scarier and brighter and then closer and brighter and closer and then kill you. You must click him 20 times to stop this. Okay. Glow Mr. Hipple. He will charge in your office whenever you have the flashlight on. Every time you stop using the flashlight, he jump scares you and takes away a bit of your power depending on how charged he is. Chocolate Freddy. He'll stay in the F2 parts and service if the heat is too high. He'll begin melting. After a bit, he'll become Melted Chocolate Freddy. Unfortunately, Melted Chocolate Freddy is a character that exists and reality will start to crumble. Oh, goodness me. Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie. If activated during the night, Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie will do something. Once Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie does it, Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie will appear in the office and do a thing. While Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie is in the office, he cannot appear anywhere else. After Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie does this thing, something else will happen. You are able to get rid of Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie from the office by performing a certain action. Make sure not to die, as that will cause you to turn to the title screen. Strawberry White Chocolate Bonnie does not appear during the night if his AI level is set to 0. Okay. Chocolate Chica. She walks around floor 2, making sure every room has a chocolate bar. You can click the chocolate bars to eat them. If every room has a chocolate bar, Chocolate Chica will have nowhere else to go but your office. You will die. Gingerbread Freddy. A gingerbread replica of the office is on desk. If a small gingerbread Freddy appears in any of the 4 small doorways, click and hold on the gingerbread office and press W, A, or D to close the corresponding gingerbread door to throw his attack in time. Christmas Tree Bonnie. He'll decorate the frames of the left and right doors with Christmas lights. If one door's light turns blue, and close it before he comes and attacks you. If one door's light turns bright red, do not close the door, it will kill you. Instead, use the control shock to get the red lights to reset. Wrapping Paper Chica. She will constantly wrap wrapping paper around the controlled shock and vent lever, making it inaccessible. Clicking on the wrapping paper will remove one piece. Candy Cane Foxy. A candy cane will be bouncing on top of your mouse cursor. If it falls off, it will hit the ground and snap, and Candy Cane Foxy will kill you. Hero World Duo. A battle between Phantom Fox and Halloween's Dark Spring Trap. No, Hero World's Dark Spring Trap. will be happening on the task system. Hero World Halloween Dark Spring Traps will come from the right, moving towards the left, which results in them eating your brains. Buy Phantom Foxes and replace them to fight back against the Halloween Hero World Dark Spring Traps. Endoskeleton Freddy. He will randomly appear directly on an unactivated vent snare mode. Turning on the vent, the silent ventilation will make him leave. Using the vent snare will result in death. Ugh. Blacklight Endoskeleton Freddy. He'll occasionally enter your office with a jukebox and play a funky beat. You must clap to the beat by pressing B, or else he'll kill you for not having bad rhythm. Game Springtrap. He'll appear in your office once per night and will make you buy one of his overpriced merchandise. Click the product to buy it. Not buying it in time will cause him to slowly take away your fast coins for the remainder of the night. Cuppin. When you buy something from the price counter, he'll appear on the task system. Select the number that is the price of what you bought 4 times and press yes. Writing the wrong number or not doing it will block you from using the price counter. Action figure Lolbit. When switching cameras, there's a chance she may appear. You must type LOL to be able to switch cameras again. TV Lolbit. When you change cameras, she may appear. Put down the monitor to make her leave. Otherwise, your left and right door controls will be overridden to L and O for a few seconds. Funko Dark Springtrap. He prefers to stay on fire because he thinks it's cool. When he tries to attack you by entering and waiting in your office, use a scroll wheel to use the fire extinguisher. He will quickly leave as he does not want his flames to be extinguished. Objective Reality Toy Freddy. Occasionally a sprite of him will appear on the monitor when opening it. You must make sure that your usage bar is below halfway before closing the monitor to avoid a jump scare. Program Perfect Toy Bonnie. He's so perfect that he gets rid of all alerts for the system errors going out. Low Mark Toy Chica. She'll come at you at a time depending on how many points you are aiming to earn during the night. Current points times 3 divided by 1,000 seconds. Once she appears, you can use the fast cam. Once she appears, use the fast cam as fast as you can. Puppet Steve. He'll craft blocks and place them onto your screen. Your mouse cursor cannot normally pass through them. However, if you're holding the right click, you can mine them out. Quid, which is also a shit ton. Quid Puppet. Every time you use a bit of your power, the puppet forms more and more on your screen, cringing harder and harder at your mistakes, eventually blocking the entire view. Little Devil Freddy. He'll come down the left hall in F1. When he's close, scary, a music will begin playing. Lucky when this happens, an unknown force will tape a bottle of holy water to your monitor. To banish Little Devil Freddy, you must click and drag the holy water onto the Camo 1 button. Little Devil Bonnie. Occasionally appear in the right doorway and start breathing red smoke. If your mouse cursor is hovering over the smoke, it will start draining your power really quickly. Closing the right door stops the growing of the smoke, but doesn't get Little Devil Bonnie out. To get Little Devil Bonnie to go away, you must use a conveniently placed holy water taped on your monitor and put it over the Camo 2 button. Little Devil Chico. She'll appear in Party Room A. When she does, big red 6s will start covering your vision. Take the conveniently placed holy water taped on your monitor and put it over the Camo 7 to banish her. Little Devil Foxy. He'll appear on the Pirate Cove camera, indicated by his head flashing in the top left corner. Take your convenient holy water taped onto your monitor and put it over the Camo 5 button. If he stays for too long, all of your doors will begin rapidly opening and shutting. You can use the office shock once to temporarily delay this, after which it will begin again after you've taken care of Foley. Little Devil Foxy Glow. He possesses your flashlight, attempting to permanently explode the flashlight. You'll know he's nearing the light of your flashlight. It's progressively becoming. You'll know he's nearing when the light of your flashlight is progressively becoming more and more red. Hold R to swipe the batteries and reset its progress. Little Devil Toy Freddy. This version of Toy Freddy is actually champion at gaming. He'll be on his computer in the light system. Occasionally, he will download a large file which will deplete your internet meter and make the systems on the monitor take longer times to load. To get him to stop, mouse over the computer and in the light system and click on it to power it off. Doing so will cause him to look very sad. Little Devil Mangle. She moves through the vent system, immune to the vent snare and door. If the door is closed when she reaches it, she will wait until it's open. The moment the door is open, she'll stick her head out of the vent, making it so you can't close the door anymore. An array of red 6s will appear above her head. You must spam the 7 key to get rid of the 6s. 1 press equals 1 removal, but they keep appearing. Once all the 6s are gone, she will reset. Little Devil Puppet. A small music box will be on the freeze rage floor, slowly winding down. Kicking will wind it back up, and if it winds all the way, the monitor and mask buttons will start moving and rotating around the screen until the music box is brought to full again. Little Devil Spring Trap. Occasionally, when one of your 3 system goes out, the text to reboot it will be red instead of green. If you left click the red text, Little Devil Spring Trap will kill you. Right click the text to remove the redness. Baby Angel Springtrap glow. He will descend from heaven and jump scare you like a normal character random times throughout the night. If you reach the end of his jump scare, you will die. Use a controlled shock during his jump scare to send him back. Security footage Freddy. He will be in the secure arcade room and get angrier and eventually will kill you whenever you're not on the cam system, represented by his eyes turning red, repeatedly opening and closing the 4 doors to call him to calm down. Security footage Springtrap. His face will occasionally appear on the screen and start recording the keys you're pressing for a few seconds. After a few seconds, he will play that sequence of keys in a semi-fast motion and then disappear. You play that sequence of keys in semi-fast motion and then disappear. Nightlight Bonnie. He stays on the light system and will glow in the dark. Be sure to avoid flashing your light over his face for too long. Halloween Bonnie. If your fast-going count ever reaches 31, he will spawn and remain active for the rest of the night. Once spawned, he will randomly appear on any camera, forcing you to look away to prevent his lethal attack. Halloween Foxy. He will appear on either hall camera on F4, accompanied by quiet, fire-cracking ambience. Check which side he's at. If he's on the left, keep the temperature below 80 degrees. If he's on the right, keep it above 80 degrees. Turchica. At 5 a.m., food will drop down from the top of the screen along with a fork on the right. If the food reaches the vertical position of the fork, press space to throw the fork and catch the food. If too much food falls to the floor, you will die. Lights Out Freddy. He'll appear on floor 1 with a low piano sound cue. You can tell where he is by the camera button becoming fully black. Double click his location to light flash him. After he is light flashed enough, he will appear in your office. Water flash over his face for a few seconds to prevent his attack. Lights Out Bonnie. He moves through the duct system. The closer you get, the darker your screen gets. Use a duct seal to prevent him from reaching you. If he gets in, he will cause your vision to go completely dark for a few seconds. Lights Out Chica. Every few seconds, AI -1 times plus 40 seconds. She will harmlessly jump scare you and change the hotkey to use items, normally Z, with the new hotkey appearing on the jump scare. Lights Out Foxy. He'll appear if your oxygen goes too low and offer you some disadvantages. If you take too long to pick, he will kill you. Lights Out Toy Freddy. He turns down the brightness on your monitor. However, if you click on him a certain amount of times, the light system may brighten it back up for you. Lights Out Mangle. She'll move through the vent system. Invisible to the radar, once he reaches the entrance, she won't leave. The door can only stall him. She'll leave if you shine your flashlight on her, though the flashlight will then be disabled for a few seconds. Lights Out Puppet. A dark music box will be on the Kids Cove camera. Turning the camera flashlight on winds the music box. If the music box fully winds down, your office flashlight will be disabled until you wind it up again. Light flash the room by double-clicking the Cam O2 button to wind the box to its maximum. Lights Out Springtrap. He will appear in the left hall and begin breathing smoke. Closing the left door only prevents the spread. Mousing over the smoke will drain your power and prevent your flashlight from being used. Light flash him by double-clicking the Camo 1 button to make him leave. Crazy Shadow BB. When keeping your flashlight turned on for too long on floor 2, he may quickly appear and you will only have a split second to turn off the monitor. Peek animatronics. They will appear above your cursor every couple of seconds. If it's the bear, shake your cursor to make him fall off. If it's a rabbit, spam click the left mouse button. If it's a chicken, spam click the right mouse button. Quit Funtime Freddy Duo. Sometimes you'll hear a few notes of his Toradora march playing from either side. Close the correct door to block him. After 50% power, he turns into his digital glow form, and you must close the opposite door to block him. Digital Glow Yendo. He will be in the totem hall, glowing more and more. When the power gen's on, he will eventually leave the totem hall upon glowing enough. Once this happens, you must use the office shock button to reset him before he kills you. Quit Nightmare Rione. It will play its music box throughout the entire night. If you notice that it has stopped, turn on the global music box and make the song make the song resume. If the song hasn't been playing for a bit, you'll get jump scared. Solid Gold Endoskeleton. When he appears on the left vent camera, quickly go to the global music box to make him go back. If he gets out of the vent, he will appear in the office and disable your global music box. Frozen Over Baby. Once per night, your temperature will start to go below 60 degrees. Check the basement to make her appear in your office. And use a combination of the flash and heater to make her melt. If the temperature goes below 0 degrees, you will die. Frozen Over Below her, she will slowly move towards you while stinging from the other side of the building. She will kill you if she gets you. Keeping the temperature high will cause her to melt and reset the start. Why do some people were just Bonnie for some reason? Frozen Over Yendo. He will randomly appear in your office after pulling down the monitor when the temperature is above 70 degrees. Put the monitor back up to make him leave. When he is there, he will rapidly cool down the office. If it reaches 60 degrees, you will die. Mystery Shadow Freddy. He will appear on your screen randomly. You must tap the fan on and off quickly to make him fade out. After 10 seconds, he will stay at the opacity he was left at for the time until he decides to attack again. Shadow Toy Freddy. He will make your cameras pitch black for an hour. Shadow Springtrap, which animates for some reason. Being blocked by a door must be painful for those animatronics. After you hear the door hit block sound effect a few times in the night, the amount depends on AI. Shadow Springtrap, formed by the pain of others, will steal your power. You must go to the Series Rage floor and defeat him to receive your lost power. Neon Foil Chica. She will sometimes appear in your office after putting down the monitor. Quickly go to the kitchen camera and change the music to make her leave. Neon Foil Nightmare Bonnie. Occasionally he will jam the right door and stop it from working. You can see him in the darkness of the doorway. To get him to go away, spam click the flashlight on him. Nightmare Springtrap. His hand will sometimes reach out of the right vent after you open and closing the door. At that time will instantly kill you. Toggle between the heater and power AC multiple times quickly to get the hand away. Purple Man animatronic. He will be summoned into the office immediately upon using the death coin. You must keep the mask on for 10 seconds until he leaves. Nightmare JJ. She will stay in your office and sometimes stand up. Make sure to not shine your light on her when she's standing to avoid her jump scare. The funny moment. Instead of 45 seconds, every in-game hour takes 52 seconds. Optimized Pop Goes. He appears from either the left or right closet camera on F4, wielding a comically large band hammer. If close the corresponding door when he gets to an F4 hallway camera, otherwise he will ban one of the modes for the rest of the night. Some Fall Guys things and Troll Face. The Imposter. He will roam the vent system. If he hits a vent snare, he will sabotage either ventilation, video, or audio. He will reset the beginning once he gets to the door. During video or audio errors, your toxic meter will start to increase. Negate Rainbow Freddy. When he appears in your office, he will create loud ambience. You only have a split second to click and make him leave. Once he stays in the office for too long, he will jump scare you and turn back time to 1 hour before. Negate Rainbow Bonnie. He will jump scare you and turn back time to 1 hour before a random point before 3 a.m. You will know when he's about to jump scare when loud ambient music starts playing. Turn on the silent ventilation to stop him. Negate Rainbow Chica. Ambience will begin to play at random. You must quickly change the music on the kitchen camera or else he will jump scare you and turn back time by an hour. Negate Rainbow Foxy. Once his ambience starts playing, you must go to floor 3 and spam click the monkey room camera button. To stop him, if the ambience plays for too long, he will jump scare you and turn back time by an hour. Chromatic Baby. She appears in either doorway when your oxygen is low. Leaving her there will let her jump scare you and lower the opacity of your monitor and mask buttons until they're gone, which means you won't be able to use them. Use a controlled shock while keeping the door shut to make her flee. Plumber character. This character isn't allowed to be in the night. This character's lawyers will send you a cease and desist letter at a point in the night. If you happen to have enough fast coins when it happens, you will automatically buy the rights to the character. If you don't have enough fast coins, you must exit the night and re-enter before you get sued for your life. Once you re-enter, the character's lawyers will not send you a letter for another night. Jumpscare Game Freddy. He stays in the light system, playing music and adding to the noise meter. He stops when he has no more pizza. If his eyes are closed, you can take out pizza from the box. Taking out pizza when his eyes are open will kill you. Journalism Freddy. You take the role of a journalist and will be shown a collection of photos every hour. You must use the fast cam to take a photo of the correct unofficial image to use in your new article. If you take the wrong photo or don't take any photo before the hour ends, then your fast coins will start to drain. The more times you fail, the faster they drain. Cereal Freddy. He will appear on the light system once per night and be quite hungry. Find him and click a box of Nightmare Puffs, a glass of milk, a spoon, and a bullet to satisfy Cereal Freddy's hunger before he gets you. Game Over Freddy. When the camera static on F3 turns green, flip the lever next to the front vent to make the green go away. If it stays on for too long, you will die. Split Face. Its endo will stay on the wall in front of you, watching F1, using the F2 flashlight, using the F3 audio lures, and using the F4 controlled shock will make a part of it appear for a few seconds. If all 4 parts are there at once, you will die. Monopoly tokens. A group will be using the GPS system as a Monopoly board. After a bit, they'll start placing diners. If your mouse moves over a diner, you'll have to pay the fee using fast coins. If you touch one with 0 less fast coins, you go bankrupt and your night will end. Nightmare Springtrap Flashlight. Fright Light. Your flashlight will turn into a photo of Springtrap. However, due to the extra energy you need to project Springtrap from the flashlight has a bit of delay whenever you turn it on. Calendar Fredbear. At 1 a.m. on the light system, match 5 character heads by clicking one, then clicking another of the same character. If you mismatch them or not complete the puzzle before 2 a.m., Calendar Fredbear jumps for you. Real Fredbear and Evil MatPat. The MatPat 2 Tumbler Shrine is on the show stage. You can give it fast coins up to 52. The minigame FNAF 4 gameplay begins at the end of the night. Normally it lasts 52 minutes, each donation shortening by 1 minute. Fight Bonnie. At 2 a.m., a blue heart will appear and fall to the bottom of the screen. Use the left, right, and up arrow keys to move. A bunch of guitars will move across the bottom of the screen. If the heart hits any of them, you will die. Fight Chica. At 4 a.m., a yellow heart will appear and be controlled by a cursor. A bunch of black and white cupcakes will fall down. Press U to shoot and destroy them. If the cupcakes hit the heart or the bottom of the screen, you will die. Fight Toy Freddy. Your cursor will become red heart at 5 a.m. He'll throw pizza text out at it. Getting hit by too many pizzas. Of these pizzas will result in your death. Feisty Con BB and JJ. Feisty Con BB and JJ will be sitting in party room A and B respectively. Occasionally, one of them will go missing and you will need to find them somewhere on floor 4. Turn on the heater and use a controlled shock when finding Feisty Con BB, or turn on the power AC and use a controlled shock for Feisty Con JJ, will cause them to return to their respective party room. If they go missing for too long, you will die. RWQ Tangle. He stays in the light system holding a block hole fitting toy. You must put the shaped blocks in their corresponding shaped holes. If you mess up or do not finish before 4 a.m., your cameras will turn black for the rest of the night. Green Puppet. It is decided to paint itself blue instead before the night began. This is bad news, as it becomes green again. When it becomes green again, you will die. Death is contagious in this world, so if it dies, you die as well. It stays on the Lumberco camera, where green leaves fall from the trees, which can dye Blue Puppet back to green if they fall on it. You must speed the Earth's rotation by repeatedly pulling the monitor up and down so that it becomes fall, and the falling leaves are red and yellow instead, which don't affect Blue Puppet negatively. Adventure Nightmare Withered Fredbear. Oops, this hat is on your desk. Too bad. This means you will suffer great consequences. You must quickly save up to buy the death coin. Unfortunately, the death coin is useless against Adventure Withered Fredbear's hat. You must burn and destroy the death coin by using the heater to turn it into the Adventure Nightmare Withered death coin. Use the Adventure Nightmare Withered death coin by clicking on Adventure Nightmare Withered Fredbear's hat to banish him away forever. One time while the monitor screen will get more and more desaturated, collecting fast coins in the cameras will cause you to become saturated again. If it fully desaturates the wall, it will jump scare you. Poster Electrobab. When you hear her speak, it means she has appeared on the vent camera and is beginning to drain your powers. Shocker Toys to make it go away. Construction Multi-Freddy. He stays in the light system and his eye will slowly turn red whenever the light system is on. Shine your light on his eye to make it turn back into yellow. If it turns completely red, you die. Kai. He'll pop up and use his magic needle to turn some objects into your enemies. These effects don't stop after an hour, they'll just continue on until the end of the night. At 1 a.m. the controlled shock button will come alive and start shutting off on occasion. Once it's shut off, while it's shut off, you can use it only once before having to flip the monitor up to turn it back on. At 3 a.m. the desk will come alive and start moving left or right. At 2 a.m. The left and right doors will become alive and occasionally stop functioning. Use the control shock to reset them. At 4 a.m. the monitor will come alive and will sometimes leave you, meaning to be able to access it again, you have to find it somewhere in the office. True Sands, he'll begin a fight with you in the mode that will normally end. During the fight, you must dodge his attacks using a red heart until his signature song Melagon Navia finishes playing, at which point you will win the fight. Steel Studios, they will delay the start of the night. The gameplay of the night will work as normal, but the timer will be frozen on 0:00:00 until a few seconds pass. Freddy Chair and Core Freddy, the chair will stay in your office and Core Freddy will be sitting on it. He will be writing the script of the current used for his movie. Obviously, never sitting in the office the entire time would be a boring movie, so look at the monitor every once in a while to satisfy him. If he gets too bored, you'll turn back time to the start of the current hour so you can redo the script. Lighting, it will create disorienting neon effects in your office. Fan art, when the fan art is on for too long, various types of fan art will begin to appear on the cameras. You must look at the fan art to make it go away. If too much fan art is summoned, you will experience your end. Baldy, he move towards you on the GPS system. There'll be math questions on the task system. Answer a question correctly with half the speed, with answering wrong with double the speed. The only way to survive is to answer enough questions correctly. Sparky the dog is annoying dog will subtract some amount of time for the clock depending on the AI level. It can be up to 4 seconds. Every time you close the door through the use of the AWDF shortcuts. The Spaghetti Fox, she moves through the defensives and moves through the snares in the door. If you see his eyes on the front vent, quickly put on the mask to prevent her from getting to the ox. Maxing out your noise mirror eventually, and then you can run. Eminem, I missed 230. As he is human, he has full free will and control over his strategy to kill you. Whenever his current plan fails, he will think of another one. Use that one instead. Strategy number 1, he stays in your office in a jacket. Every few seconds, he will start freestyling, raising the noise mirror. As he's in a jacket, raising the temperature will make him uncomfortable and he will leave. Strategy number 2, he stays on the prop storage camera, blasting loud music through his jukebox. Switch the box station to make the jukebox change channel to techno music. Since he hates techno music, he will leave. Strategy number 3, he'll start throwing your rats at your cursor, avoid them to survive. When you dodge enough, he'll give him a try a different strategy. Strategy 4, he will walk through either the left or right hallway on F1 and close the correct door when he appears too close. No mod loaded : I did it. I did it. What are you gonna do about it now? 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 45 seconds. Why is there a monkey here? Oh, yo, what's up, monkey? Yeah, we're good. We're chill. Thank you, Toby Fox. God, okay, that was fucking miserable. I really did spend 2 hours and 30 minutes on a day off to do that. So, yeah, that was a good use of my goddamn time. Honestly, I don't even really play FNAF games. I own 3 in Sister Location from getting it with the Click Team Fusion bundle, and I bought Help Wanted just because I wanted to play it, I guess. I don't know, I just thought this would be funny. I think the monkey agrees. God damn it. My throat hurts. Yeah, there's my time, speedrun.com. Take that. Or something.